Hello and welcome to Boarding Party's D&D campaign. Featuring Bentley Woods, CJ, D. Blackwater, Milo Reuter, and Phoebe Wilhine. I'm Drew, the Game Master for the Laris region. The gang has dismantled the brood and is now in possession of Florian and his staff. As they collect their thoughts and teams, they head for Greengate once more. Ladies and gentlemen, hello! And welcome to Boarding Party, session 122. It's been so long. I've been so looking forward to having everybody back at the table. For you guys, it's been a week. For us, it's been, like, no joke, probably a month. Maybe longer. I don't know. But we're very happy to be back in the moment. To put us back in that moment. Our favorite adventuring children who are in way over their heads so often have just killed and or dispatched the last of the brood. Milo having taken Florian's staff and subsequently his magic, at least for now. Florian is currently pinned on the floor between two prongs of D's trident wave. Milo, you had sent away the rest of the lichen rocks, freeing them from their brood mark. Florian sits before you, eyes wide, for he too remembers being stabbed in the face, and yet, didn't happen. Temporal anomalies being what they are. So I'm going to pass the reins back to all of you, as Florian struggles in vain against the now very cold and weighty steel of a trident that very narrowly avoided a lot of very important areas of the sort of upper head space of the human body.
Milo has the staff, right?
Milo is currently holding the staff.
Perfect. I want to make sure he didn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Bentley's gonna call back his team and then slowly walk around our death pit from the last time.
Yeah, it's a big death pit. Try
to get over to where D and Milo and I guess CJ as well are all kind of hanging out around the artist formerly known as Florian.
Yeah, we are out of initiative, so you don't have to worry too much about who's doing what and when, necessarily. So that's easy enough. Call back your squad. Head back over. Alnamir is holding the recently excised heart of Ruhan in his hand. He will saunter over to join you in time. Seems to be saying a few words over Ruhan, but you're all very far away.
Yeah, I thought you, killed that guy for a second there.
I did too. And I'll just kind of, shake my head and kind of, snap out of it, and I'll pull the trident out of the...
Yeah, give me a strength check.
Oh, boy. Can I use my big brain instead to pull it out?
No. Nah, fam.
You're gonna use your brain?
That's a 10.
A 10?
Yeah.
Okay. With what I would describe as with great difficulty, extreme effort, you are able to wrench wave from the ground, but it feels, 15, 20, 25 pounds heavier than normal. With extreme difficulty, you're able to kind of haul this thing out with care not to, literally slit Florian's throat in two places as you pull the prongs out of the ground. The trident, for those of you who are close enough, is wedged in the ground in such a manner as to have been impossible to get there without killing Florian. And yet here we are.
How come you were gonna kill him?
Anger, I guess. More so. I need to get that in check. And I'll, holding, literally, arms probably, stretched out.
You're
I'm and I'll try to wedge it onto and kind of, slit it into its case on my back.
Yeah, if it's not in your hands, if it's not being wielded, it has its normal weight. Which is very unnerving for you. You're like, okay, cool.
That's odd.
Yeah.
Are you still going to?
No.
No?
No. I'm good. And I'm assuming I'm stepping on, I'm on top of Florian.
Pretty much, yeah. You're looking down at him, and as you pull the trident out, he just kind of braces for death, because he's like, gonna die when he pulls this thing out, and you're like, he's bracing for it, and you just managed to pop it out around him.
Yeah, I'll kind of like look at him with like disgust and distaste, and kind of I'll walk away, but like still within the group here, but not like on his back anymore.
Do you want to like take him prisoner, or?
Sure. Yeah, that's
I'm just. I want to make sure you're okay, man.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't know. I just got a little mad and angry. I'm fine. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm new to this, but I'm pretty sure the rune I used removed his magic. So.
Oh.
I mean, the forest might take him at this point, but it's up to you. What his fate is.
Wait, you used a rune?
Yeah.
Like, on him?
Yeah.
Is there like a marking on him from it, or?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's sort of like invoked in the air and
okay.
sort of burned away.
Is Alnamir making his way around the pit towards where everybody else is? Or
He will in time.
Okay.
He's far enough away.
I'm curious what Alnamir has to say about the whole
You can
situation.
you can perceive if you want, but Alnamir is currently sort of hunched over. I'll be unambiguous. He has removed the heart of Ruhan, but is just sort of crouched over the fallen individual.
Okay.
I mean, we can take him back. That way he can answer for what he's done to the town, but I just don't know how we're going to get him back without throwing him in the manor, and I don't want to put that upon all of you to have this guy running around there. Even though we can trap him in a, 2x2 room for all I care, but...
Do you think it would be safe just to walk back to Greengate? Evinrude can probably figure out the direction, but now that the Dawn Brood, it seems like it maybe doesn't have a ringleader anymore, we might be a little safer walking through here.
I mean, we could just tree there.
After the night?
Did Alnamir say he can do that more than once a day?
One time. That's like his thing.
His biggest
for the
thing.
day.
Yeah.
If he does that, it's...
Yeah, so he already did it.
Yeah, he got you here. But yeah. Florian says something in like basically Italian to you guys. He tries to talk to you, but it's a different language.
I'm good to head back to Greengate. That way I can take care of what needs to be taken care of over at the gym, and then whatever we want to do.
Sure thing. I'll hand you the staff.
Yeah. I'll just kind of like hold it out, like in just odd like distaste from it.
Hey, do you want
It's
me
got
to take
spit
that?
all over it.
You don't seem like you want it.
I mean, I don't know how to use it, and then as long as you're cool with that, for us to use it at the gym, and then you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Here.
So, hold on a second. So, you guys, do you trust the gym leader? I'm just trying to think, like, why would they want this magic staff for themselves? Like,
he needs it for a specific reasons that I think the four of us are no. I'm just gonna be bland. I don't care if this gets me in trouble with anything. One of the brothers of this guy is a creature of this, and this staff can turn him back.
oh, okay, well.
Wait, like it's one of the wolves?
No, it's
The skeleton things.
No.
No.
It is
The Pickle Man!
odd-
You remember the Pickle Man?
Oh, yes.
No, I don't.
an odd
Too much is going on.
Ivysaur, I think is what it was.
Mm-hmm. You are the only one who's encountered it, so you can say whatever you want.
Oh, perfect.
There's no witnesses here for
Yeah. Okay.
for the thing. So
Do the
if
Pickle
you-
Man thing.
If you reveal things, that's on you.
Okay.
You'll have to live with that.
He's a
I
Pikmin.
will live with it. That's fine.
Okay.
Because everyone thinks I'm being sketchy about it.
Yeah. No, you can. That's me saying say whatever you want.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know
There
what
was
this is.
there's an Ivysaur there that was once one of the night owl, literally Boyd's right hand guy. His brother got turned into this Ivysaur that has like this blood flower that's like blooming out of him, and he just wants his brother back.
Wow.
And he thinks the staff can turn him back into a human?
Yeah, because they said that they went out to chase one of these skeleton things, and that's when his brother got turned.
Okay. Yeah.
Into an Ivysaur?
Yeah, like
Ooh.
turned into like a Pokemon, and it's like has like this like odd blood flower like red mist that like comes off of it.
And it was Florian who did it?
Yeah, he said it was like the staff.
Oh, the staff. Okay.
Yeah, so he just needs it to. I'm pretty sure Alnamir can use the staff to do whatever they need to do, because I have no idea, and I don't know if they do, but that's just what they were saying.
Yeah, I was just curious why he wanted it, but that seems like a better reason than just wielding power.
And that's why you wanted it the whole time? Why didn't you just say that from the beginning?
I can't, because the whole thing with like can't say what's about the gym, and I tried to be a little bit vague, and then when you guys did it, I was like, okay, you guys already did it, and I was like, now you guys are present, so now it's a little bit easier to talk about, except for Bentley, but
All right. Well,
something's gonna probably be different if we turn him back, so it probably doesn't even matter.
fair enough.
This just, I don't know. I find it interesting. He was turned into an Ivysaur
Yeah, I think.
instead of
Yeah.
like a skeleton or whatever
Or
else.
the lichen rocks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it could be different when he goes through a transformation. Because, I
That's
mean, you
true.
see Alnamir can do, like, different cats and dogs.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe he can be, like, a squirrel.
Or maybe it's kind of
I don't
like
wanna
what
be a squirrel.
your profanity or like as a person.
He's gonna bring it back.
Your
It's
Harry
just gonna
Potter,
be
it's like your
an
Patronus.
Ivysaur that was out in the wild.
exactly.
Like your
Your
Patronus.
soul,
Perfect.
it gets imbued into it.
Maybe you'll be like a crocodile because of, like, Crash. That'd be pretty cool.
Maybe.
Then you guys could actually wrestle.
He's gonna be a
I
fart
want to be
cloud.
something that can swim.
That'd be
I
badass.
could just hold my breath underwater forever. Be sick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so are we just gonna go back there then?
Yeah.
That's my plan.
Do we know where we are?
No.
We're in the forest north of Greengate.
Thanks. Thanks.
about as
Thanks.
good as I
Thanks.
got for
Thanks
you,
for
buddy.
that. Thanks for that.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Evinrude pointed in that direction, but I think it was like gonna be a couple of miles. Just trying to see if we could maybe just like run away from this whole situation, but it worked itself out. We did all right.
Barely.
It's not that far. We could probably just walk there.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. Is like, if there's one less big threat out here, we might be okay.
What's the time?
Relatively early in the day, if memory
Oh.
serves.
Yeah.
You guys-
You're gonna
like-
walk anyway.
Well, I wasn't
so
sure how
You
long
did like your
the-
gyms and then bamfed here.
Is Alnamir still just like hunched over dead Ruhan?
Around this time, he's probably packing up. He does the eye close thing.
Yeah, where is he? I'm gonna look for him.
Yeah, Alnamir's where he is. He's across the
There's like
hole
character.
from you.
See if I can like see him.
Yeah. You want to take a look, see, do?
Yeah.
Sure. Percy.
Like, yeah, you see him. Yeah, but I want to like roll.
But
for
I
it.
want to like.
I wanna
Oh, you're
earn
saying
it.
I can just see him?
Yeah. No, he's not being like secretive.
I thought
He's
you
just
were
far away
doing
from you.
like an insight to see like.
Does
what
he
he's doing.
look sad?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like there are tears in his eyes.
Oh Jesus. I will approach.
The only witnesses to what he's been doing have been Wadsworth and Bullet, and
Yeah.
they're like,
Okay.
I'll follow Phoebe over to Alnamir.
Alnamir is saying something in a language that nobody here speaks.
Does it sound like Florian?
Kind of hard to say.
Okay.
Maybe derivative. But he'll kind of close the eyes of Ruhan, stand up, still holding the heart. And there is just
What do you think
a
he was saying?
caved in like chest cavity that he had excised it from, barehanded.
That's he's okay, or like just lost it in a fit of rage, kind of like Sage did.
Yeah, he's also like beat to heck. Alnamir got his face handed to him.
Has he's stopped saying his little like
Yeah, he'll rise.
prayer,
He's like
maybe?
all bloodied. Some of it is his, some of it is not.
Are you
Heart in one hand, staff in the other.
Are you okay?
Yes,
You look pretty beat up.
I will be fine.
Are you sure?
Yes, we should keep moving. We made a lot of noise.
Okay, we were just gonna ask if it's maybe safer now to walk through the forest back to town.
There are worse things here than wolves.
Oh, good,
That's
comforting.
true.
Okay,
You have seen one.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
facts.
So we should maybe get out of here. Your pal Florian is on the opposite side of our little pit.
All the better to leave him here.
Okay.
And he'll just kind of, he'll push past, not aggressively, but just kind of step between the two of you
Right.
and head back towards the other side.
Just wide berth of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
heart that's in his hand.
Yeah.
Just don't get out. Just follow you.
He will, he'll bring the heart over to you, D.
Bruhan's heart?
Yeah. You look hungry. We will need
That's an
this to
appropriate
purify
reaction.
the boy.
Oh,
The heart of the one who turned him.
anybody? Napkin?
I will hold it for you.
Thank you.
You seem nauseous at the idea.
Yeah, I work
Sir, an
with
icebox.
I work with metals, not organs. Sorry.
We're only a few miles north of your home. Would not take long to walk. I would recommend dealing with Florian one way or another,
So we should.
in the manner in which you are accustomed.
What is the gym leader's name? Sorry.
Boyd.
Boyd.
Can you speak to Florian? He was speaking to us, but I don't know what he's saying.
He is not worthy of talk.
Oh, really? Okay.
I
Well,
would not waste words.
All right, so like kill him or like tie him to a tree or like just leave?
Deal with him in the manner in which you prefer. Alnamir's
He seems shut off right
a
now.
man of few words and fewer emotions, but
I kind of
he's
like
in the fields right
Dee's
now.
idea, like take him back to the Night Owls and let them kind of deal with the crimes that he's committed.
That's fine. The captain can take care of him.
yeah. I mean, I'm also not opposed to just leaving up here. Like, he doesn't have magic. I'm sure he's pissed stuff off up here.
It feels kind of seedy to leave something out here in the middle of nowhere and just get to shreds.
They did the same to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we do the same thing, we're no different from them.
I'm gonna attempt to get just out of sheer curiosity. I'm gonna try.
You try to
just-
draw a wave?
Just pull it out slightly. See if it's still heavy.
Yeah.
It is it?
As soon as you put hands on it, you're like, ah!
Yeah. Okay. And I'm just like, I don't think I can.
Yeah, wave's a little angy.
Yeah.
Just a skoush.
Figure
All right,
touch.
kill him or take him.
What? I don't want to kill him.
Those are the options.
I'm not killing him.
Let's kill him, leave him here, in which case he'll most likely die, or just take him back
Well,
to the Night Owls and
We
let
don't know
them
that.
deal with him.
You could be like CJ. You could
Can I
survive.
grab some like strands of like, whether it be vines or some sort of like intertwined like branches, and just make like cuffs?
As you're doing that, I'll pull rope out of my bag.
That works too, man.
There you go.
Hey.
I don't have rope.
I do. I got
Looking
rope.
for this.
That's why I was like, are we taking him or...
Yeah.
Why'd you make me get all that vine?
Yeah, it was fun to watch. You know?
watching me
I
pull
didn't. I
shit
didn't know
down.
exactly what he was doing at first.
He's
For
like,
like
oh,
10
did you
minutes,
just need
just-
rope?
And then, like when he started making cuffs, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I have rope.
My purification lad will know
God damn it.
the manner in which you have suppressed Florian's magic is temporary.
Okay.
It is not forever. The way in which to prevent it from coming back is to prevent him from resting. So
So he used to be tortured?
you need to keep
Endlessly?
him. You need to keep him awake and occupied. If you allow him to
Here, do
just
this
sit
Rubik's
and
Cube.
recover, like if you carry him somewhere, he can rest.
Yeah.
And if he rests long enough, he can get out.
Oh, and he's walking. I ain't gonna carry him. He
Yeah.
doesn't deserve that.
So that's. I'll give you a little hint, because this is the first time you have purified someone of a thing that we don't really have mechanics
Okay.
for. It is a temporary suppression, more so than a permanent removal. But in mechanics terms, you expended all of his spell slots for the day.
I will tie his hands and I'll kind of bind his like arms kind of together.
Okay.
And then I'll make enough space in between rope to where he could walk. But if he attempted to run, it would be like he just fell forward.
He'd be like the penguin. I'm just a guy. Can't live here.
So
Yeah.
I'll just cut the rope in that sort of, and I'll tie it off.
Very good. Okay. Yeah, Florian, every couple minutes, just spouts what you imagine would be obscenities in whatever language he speaks. Seems like a really nice guy. Super friendly.
Now I'll take the vine rope and I'll tie it around his mouth.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I'll just start walking, and I'll be the one. I'll kind of keep Florian in front of me, and I'll just kind of like push him along.
Okay. Very good. What is the marching order other than that? Anybody have anybody out? And
My team's back.
okay.
I'll call back Winter, but Bang and Crash will still be out.
Okay. Bang and Crasher out. Bang like every couple steps will just kind of like flick Florian in the ribs.
Sure.
Everybody's returned for me.
Okay. And also just to throw it out there, doing anything with the bodies leaving behind, or are we just leaving those here?
I'll let nature take its course on those.
Okay.
Unless Alnamir wants to do some sort of burial ritual.
He did as much as he cared to do.
Okay.
So anything else you want to do is your call.
Maybe collect the saliva. Wasn't that something we needed for some reasons?
If
Clear
someone
rot.
got rot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but just like I feel like this is probably the best opportunity we're gonna have to collect that in case we need it at some point. But
Do you
that would
have
be the only.
Just
rot.
the only reason I'm throwing it out there is it's been a month since we played. If there's anything you guys want to do with that,
I see.
So rot, teeth, fangs, if you want to get that.
Is
gnarly.
the
searching
other
bodies.
girl still there? The one that
She
Bang
is
killed?
the one that's the mini that Bang
Yeah.
is on top of.
I'm gonna
right now.
check her and see if she's got anything interesting.
Yeah, she's got a whole bunch of interesting stuff. She has 2 like wicked looking knives. They're like fully darkened black steel, but they have kind of this like orangish glow if you hold them in the right light. And one of them is like waved.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are mine now.
Yeah, one is it's like a flamberge, one of those like huge swords, but it's like 18 inches long.
If possible, I'd like to take 2 of the fangs.
Yeah, you just rip out 2 very large fangs.
Okay. Take.
Okay. Worth noting as well, if you are searching any further on Halana, CJ, I'll have you make an investigation check. See if you can find anything else. But like
Okay.
the weapons are obvious. They're like at her side, ready to be drawn.
I'm gonna
But
use
her
it.
face did explode.
See how it goes.
So
Go for it.
That's 6.
okay, you find a small pouch of knuckle bones.
Gross.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Some degree of trophy.
Is it just like a blank pouch? Like there's nothing on the pouch?
No, just like a small brown leather pouch full of knuckle bones.
Gross.
Alright.
Yes, it's pretty nasty.
Would the teeth from these things be like a Harry Potter basilisk situation where like if I stabbed it into somebody they'd get rot, or like they kind of lose their?
The rot more comes from. It's like a Komodo dragon bite, if you're familiar.
So it's more the saliva.
It is
then.
more
Okay.
the like bacteria that grows
I
in and
just
around the
wanted
mouth.
to ensure that if I
Yeah.
like poke myself with one of these, I'm not
You
gonna get
will
rot.
you will likely be fine if you like clean it off.
Okay.
Which I would imagine.
So clean your teeth.
yes, if you if you brush your excised teeth from the wolves, you'll be fine.
Cool. Okay.
But yeah, you can get. There's like I don't even remember like 30 wolves, so there's like a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Laying around.
I got a little bit of a plan for it.
I'll get
Okay.
some saliva.
Go ahead and roll. Well, let's roll like 2d8 plus 6. Let's call it that, because they are dead, so they're no longer salivating. But there's a lot of wolves, so you can get like a
while
bunch.
you work. 2d8.
Yep, and then add 6.
8 plus 6.
Okay, so you can write down 14
14.
more. And at that point, you're probably running out of like containers.
Yeah,
They just have like a mason jar. You're like, "Ugh, ugh." It's pretty stinky,
Nasty.
but
Then I'll just have Nubster cover the pit with dirt.
okay. Nubster's just, and it just like fills in, and a bunch of spikes come like sticking out of the ground, and he's like,
I'll call him back.
okay. He's, I see
Good
what
job,
I'm good
Nubster.
for. I get it. I
Good
know
job.
my plays. I'll call you when I need stitches and nothing else.
I don't want you out right now, dude.
Yeah. Okay. But all of that to say, we have D is kind of prodding Florian along. There's a little bit of a jump back in time. Now we'll jump back to the present. You guys have collected some of your
Goodies.
yeah, some goodies if you want to call them that. Some body parts,
Took our
some
goodie
excretions.
bags.
Yeah, I took our goodie bags
Yeah.
from our mini war.
And for my own nonsense, CJ, you're walking with the staff.
Yeah.
Are you by chance concentrating on it for more than like 10 seconds?
Like I'm just holding it in my hand, like walking with it like a walking stick currently.
Okay.
More interested in the knuckles, and I'm gonna go talk to Alnamir when we all start walking.
Sure. Okay. Good to know.
So not really thinking about it, no.
Okay. And then Bentley, you are behind D.
Correct.
Right? Where would you two like to be?
I can lead with
Wanna
Alnamir.
Lead with Alnamir? Okay.
Yeah, I figured I'd be like in the middle. That way,
Yeah.
if he
So Florian, if he's just like,
I'm just watching Florian.
Yeah.
So I'm behind.
Okay. He at all times keeps his head high. He's like, I did nothing wrong, but, and also not in English.
That was some weird Italian.
That was big Italian. Not anymore.
That's the
Charlie Brown
Swedish
Italian.
Bork, bork, bork. Yeah. Okay. Great. So as you guys are kind of trudging along, you get like a couple, maybe like a quarter mile or so away, and you hear that same like super loud crow shriek back the way you came from, and nature is taking its course.
Eat the bodies.
But you gather from the amount of carnage you left behind, you've got probably a while before you're gonna have to worry about that thing again.
30 seconds because he just
There's a vacuum portion of
it's
It
in
just
his
sucks
chest.
it all up.
It's just tummy mouth.
scarier, yeah.
Tummy mouth opens. It's just, yeah, no, that's nasty, but probably true. Who can say? Okay. But as you're all trudging along, if there's any conversations you'd like to have, anything you'd like to handle.
Hey, Aldemir, why do you think she had this? And I'll show him the knucklebone bag. What's this about?
Many wolves keep trophies.
This is just all people she's killed?
Maybe not all.
You do anything with this?
Have you never played Knucklebones?
No.
It's like backgammon.
God. Is that a game?
It is like Jax for civilized children.
Okay,
You
how do
put,
you...
you put the knucklebones down, throw them, you try to catch them between your fingers. Whoever catches the most wins. You've never played this game?
Nope. This is a game you're pretty well versed in?
Yes. Quite common in where I'm from.
And the knucklebones just come from...
Your fingers?
The loser.
But, like, what about the knucklebones we're playing with?
Children's fingers are small enough. I told you Ruhan's favorite prey.
Jesus. All right.
Halana was his daughter. It is likely
Oh.
he taught her to play.
That's neat. Do you want these?
No.
Okay. I'm
Do
gonna
not hunt you anymore.
I'm gonna let that go.
Okay. Just leave the knucklebones
Yeah, I'm just gonna
behind.
drop those and be like, little kids' knuckles. I'm good. I don't need these.
I mean, I'm like, I know it's horrifying, but that's what
This is
she would have on
incriminating
her.
that's fair.
evidence.
That's fine.
It's what she
that's,
has. man.
that's fine. You know, it is what it is. I don't need them. I don't want to play a game with children's knuckles, but
Yeah.
you know,
I don't need those vibes.
Yeah.
I'm good there. let
but
that
you
go.
are you focusing at all on the knives either?
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely interested in the knives.
Yeah, the knives you know have like supernatural properties.
All right.
You're not super well versed in magic, so you have no idea like what they could do, but they definitely do something.
Sick. I'm gonna
But like
play
you're
with
getting the
these.
vibe. You're like, whoa.
Oh.
Yeah, they have like almost like a thrum to them, where they kind of like softly hum before you put your hands to it. But that's only after like an hour of you walking and kind of
Here's
looking
the
them
thing.
over.
And it's only
Magic
when I
stuff.
like go to like touch them.
Yeah. But they both like if you reach for one, they both kind of start to.
Very cool. Yeah,
They
I'm
are
gonna
a
put
set.
those. I'm gonna put those on my hips for sure.
Okay.
And they cut off your pants.
Knives or staff, CJ. You only get no. I'm
Yeah,
just
and
like-
then at this point, I'm going to definitely start looking more at the staff and being like, "What does this thing do?"
Yeah. Well, we'll find out in a little bit as
Cool.
you sort of attune to these things.
So as we're walking and we hear the horribleness behind us, I would
Yeah.
probably prompt D to like get Florian moving a little quicker so we can like put more distance between ourselves.
Okay.
But then as Bentley's doing that, he'd kind of realize that there's like more of a weight on his belt, and notice that there's a Pokeball there that is not one of his Pokemon.
Yeah, you like absolutely sneak thiefed him.
Yep.
Hey, D,
First sneak. Huh.
isn't this Iris's ball?
Oh, yeah. She's been enjoying hanging out with, well, she enjoyed Dez until he started getting a little weird. But she's taken.
that'll happen.
It's canon.
That isn't weird, jerk.
He pops out of the tree. Everyone's so rude. Everyone mean to me.
No, she's just taking
this
a
world.
liking to Apophis. I mean, if you don't want them, or if you don't want her, I mean, I'm more than happy to take her back. I just figured she's been enjoying the company of his wines.
Fair. He's
like, I do have a lovely
he's
wine
a
cellar.
goofy little guy. Could use some guidance. So how about we like make it an actual trade, like a 1-for-1 swap?
Yeah. What are you thinking?
Well, I know Huntail has taken to you quite a bit since the Trident and being able to speak with him.
Yeah. As soon as you mentioned Trident, I wince a little bit. I'm like, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could definitely use the extra hand, mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I agree.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe when we get back to the manor, we can make it official.
That works, buddy. Yeah.
Cool. You all right otherwise?
Yeah, I'm just a little out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still have like a little bit of dried blood under your nose. Just a skosh.
Wow.
It's not like actively bleeding,
Yeah.
but you got that like one trickle.
Yeah.
And you're like, ah. But you were just in a huge fight. Could be anything.
Yeah. Could he be a boat?
You know how much we want one of those. It's for like 40 sessions. Every time. Could be anything it's said.
But I guess if anyone's ever listening to D, every now and then, he does mutter, cruelty does have his purpose, or at least it should.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of just mutters that, and then he kind of winces almost every time he says it in
Yeah.
like a weird way. But other than that, he kind of just says it every so often, not like psychotically repeating it.
So
Cruelty has its purpose. At least it should.
Yeah.
Cruelty has a
It-
purpose.
when Bentley hears him say that, he'll take like his spell tag and kind of like wrap it around his hand and then just kind of like hold it like kind of behind where D is at. Just like, there's a demon, get out of there, demon. More just like paranoia than anything else.
There's a demon, you get away.
Yeah, get
We don't
away,
want you here.
Get away, demon.
No.
No.
Oh, if I was possessed, I would lose my shit.
Ooh.
This
Yeah.
D is like super quiet, so it's kind of
Yeah.
it'd be
It's
out
always
of
the quiet
character
ones.
to hear him kind of like muttering to himself. Like,
Yeah. He's usually like, if you catch him muttering to himself, he's talking about like dimensions or like
Right.
smithing techniques.
Yeah.
Very rarely is it like, oh yeah, cruelty has a purpose. You're like, wait, what?
it's strange.
What the heck?
And it's like maybe he might just be trying to like justify us bringing Florian back to like quote unquote face trial. I don't know what they're gonna do to him, but maybe
Frontier
it's like that's what he
justice.
means, but also like it's kind of freaking Bentley out a little bit.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right. Is there anything else anybody would like to discuss? You got like an 8-mile walk back to Greengate. It's not gonna break the bank.
Nope, I'm good.
Little bit of trudging along. Especially with the most prevalent predators of the forest dealt with. Not particularly a hostile walk back. But after a time, CJ, you will officially attune to the staff. So you get this piece of paper.
Oh, snap!
There's no rules for the spells listed, so I'll help you out when you want to do those.
Cool.
But similar to the Staff of Winter, it has an amount of charges. When you expend the last one, you have to roll a d20, and if you roll a 1, it will explode
Okay.
and probably kill everybody around you.
Okay.
So maybe don't do that. Yeah, it
Love
does.
the old
There is
1%
no
chance of grim death.
Yeah, there's a
Alright.
5% chance that you deal 10d10 force damage to everything within 15 feet of the staff. If you use the last one, there's no save. It just explodes.
Okay.
So-
Are the charges...
Cantrips don't use any charges.
But the
every
charges
spell-
are the spell slots.
Charges
Okay.
are the spell level. So if
Okay.
you do a 5th level spell, 5 charges of your 6.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, as you're kind of walking, CJ, you're like taking some steps. You're like, all right, I understand. And you just kind of like click and just, and for a half second, you're like, magical power, and a little vine kind of like grows around your wrist, connecting to the staff for a moment.
Hey,
You're not like handcuffed to it.
Hey,
you can pull your hand
buddy.
away, but it does kind of
Secure.
respond to you.
Is that a pretty obvious moment?
Yeah, CJ's walking and just goes.
Does
Yeah.
Florian react at all?
He's like mildly disappointed, but as soon as you took the staff out of his hands and like drained him for the day, he was like, "I've lost. I'll just keep swearing at them and
Okay.
weird Italian."
Okay.
That's all he has. You took that from him too. You taped over his mouth. All right, but otherwise, if there's nothing else anybody would like to discuss, Aldemir's just kind of like wrapped Ruhan's heart in like a little piece of cloth, and you guys eventually do see the northern gate of Greengate, and it kind of like shimmers in the light as you kind of pass back through.
Are there any guards on this side?
Yeah, there's a couple night owls that see you, and you're like, "Hey, D, welcome back."
Would you mind going to get the captain and Boyd?
Sure. And they'll just kind of scamper off.
That guy had a fun voice.
And that's,
He comes back so we can talk to him. That guy had a fun voice. Bring him back.
you want to talk to Rick Durgle?
Yes,
Who wants to
Rick
talk to Rick
Durgle.
Durgle?
Rick, he's got a cool name too.
Rick Durgle, the lieutenant, Mark II. Yeah. After like 45 seconds, the gym's not too far from here. You'll see Elena Gregory and Boyd kind of come bounding out. Boyd sees you like relatively healthy, a little banged up, all of you, and then sees a staff in CJ's hand and is like, and then kind of like hustles his pace.
Yeah, right.
You did it.
Yeah.
Atta boy! And he kind of like slaps you on the back a little bit too hard.
Yeah. And I'll put Florian down like onto his knees.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, this the guy.
Elena just gets this like big beaming smile. Oh, this is the guy that's been sending wolves to us? Ooh. Look away, kids. As she like kind of grabs him by the back and just forces his head into her knee on his way up, getting him to his feet, just breaks his nose. Booyah! As she walks him back over to the guardhouse.
Yeah,
I thought she was gonna do something worse.
makes sense.
Oh, not in full
Avert your
view
eyes,
of the
children.
town.
Slit his throat.
Yeah.
Look away. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. But Boyd is like, do you know how it works? Is there a process? We say
I think
Our
some
friend
words?
does.
yeah, our friend.
Our friend knows how to. Want to take care of this in the gym so it's not out in the open of everything?
Yeah, let's
Gather, townsfolk.
everyone behold! You turned a Pokemon into a man! No. Alright. Yeah, he'll like half run, but like turn around and make sure you're following.
Mm.
He's very clearly excited.
Oh yeah.
But he'll run you back inside.
Would
We're
we
gonna
have any
go.
idea? Is this like a one-time thing? Like the heart would be used, and it's
Done.
yeah.
Use the
You could make an Arcana check if you wanted, or you could ask Aldemir.
Okay.
Dealer's choice. If you want to just see what you know, you do that.
No, we'll let it play out. I was just curious. I do want to follow Elena first though.
Sure.
To the guardhouse
Okay.
with the guy.
Okay.
And see kind of what it looks like, where they're keeping him,
Mhm.
and let her know like he can't sleep or he needs to like go now. 'Cause
Okay.
He's gonna get his magic back.
Yeah.
And
She kind of chuckles, be like, "Oh, don't worry, he's not gonna be getting any sleep."
okay. I've just
Oh,
I warned you.
Appreciate the warning. But she's like very clearly. I mean, if you think about it,
Yeah.
this dude has ruined the lives of many.
He's in
A citizen.
the find out stage.
Yeah. He fricked around. Now he's gonna find out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, my bro.
Is it your intent to like sit in on an interrogation or?
Oh no.
Okay. Cause yeah, she's like you follow her into the guardhouse. She's already got him like on a stool and is just backhanding him with a metal gauntlet, like taking the gag out and just kind of holding him down. And you're like, yeah, don't let him sleep. She's like, don't worry about it. I got this covered.
Yeah, but like for real though.
Yeah. She's like, He won't be getting any rest, don't worry.
Yeah, but like, if you knock him out and you just leave the room.
He will not be left unattended. Oh, if I have it my way, he won't be with us for long.
Fair enough.
Yikes.
But as everybody else heads to the gym, and Milo, if it's your wish, you can catch up there pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too far away. There's currently, thankfully, no challenge going on at the current moment involving Parker, which for the lot of you will be the first time you've met this guy. He's like in his 20s. Same sort of get up as Boyd, the like dark green sort of coveralls. He's got very, very short buzzed hair, but this ridiculous beard that's like grown way too long. Looks like he needs some sleep. But he does have an arrow tattoo on his right arm.
And he has green, those like bright green eyes.
He does.
Yeah.
Yes, he has very, very bright green eyes, similar to Boyd, and he'll kind of catch wind of what's going on as Boyd's like, "Get Parker, clear the room," and Parker's like, and he's like very quietly celebrating before everybody heads out. There's the sound of like 15 to 30 Pokemon being called back into Pokeballs. They're like, everybody avert your eyes and get out. And as they leave, you see Isaac, your former bully, who got his face handed to him by you, just kind of like shuts the door on the way out and just locks it from the outside. As Parker will walk over into the nearby shrubs and kind of usher for this very large, dark green, canine structured Ivysaur. It's the weirdest looking frog you've ever seen. It's more of a dog than anything else, but it's got this large corpse flower growing on its back. And every couple seconds, there's this blood-like mist that just shoots out the back. Phoebe, give me a nature check with all your crazy bonuses. Because you've like totally... You're the master of plants.
Would I be able to give her advantage given my expertise in nature?
If she needs it, because her bonuses are like
Are they? Okay.
a billion.
Not needed.
I think she's got your like Tinkerer's Tools bonus for nature.
Oh yeah, you're good.
But if she needs it, I'll allow it. Oh, maybe. I think you have like a plus 11 or something now.
I still be here with my kid.
I mean, on here it's 8, but I don't know if I updated it.
Oh, no, that's probably what it is then.
Okay.
Because it's just double your bonus plus 2.
Okay.
So what'd you roll?
3.
3?
So
Okay,
11.
I'll say you can have advantage because it's not like a super high check, but D could help you identify this
Okay.
thing. So could Boyd. This is more of a professional curiosity deal.
All right, so then 16.
Okay, so a little bit better. This is in fact a corpse flower. The mist that is shooting out the back does have a very iron-tinged smell to it. And you gather this is a sort of parasitic relationship between the flower on the back and the host. And that blood mist is coming from the fellow.
Can I scan it with my Pokedex?
That's
You
rough.
can. It does show up as an Ivysaur, but it does say seek medical attention.
Yeesh.
Does
It's a lot of my entries lately.
Yeah. It's a very...
what is this
Get it to the hospital.
It's a very like dangerous world out there. But Boyd will kind of take a step back with Parker. Do whatever you gotta do. As Parker's like, see if this works.
It should.
And he's like very nervously tapping his fingers. Alnamir will kind of kneel forward and usher for CJ and Phoebe to kind of kneel down.
okay.
He's like, we will need your medical expertise.
Okay.
Dee, I don't know if you knew this young man, but he might need a friendly face. And you will have to speak the words. You have the staff. It is bound to you.
Okay.
Don't fuck this up, CJ.
On the job training.
Look.
Okay.
On the job training, come on. So
What?
begins the skill challenge
Uh-oh.
of saving Gil.
Come on.
Oh boy, come on.
Hope I don't kill this guy that I
So-
don't know.
Good luck.
Well, that might be a better fate than what's happening to him
Ben's
now.
going to the bathroom.
It's true.
I'm grabbing the card that says I need.
He's gonna
He's gonna be himself.
Gil, I hope this works, buddy.
Come on.
Yes. So we need 3 rolls, and ideally they're gonna go well. Okay, so we're gonna jump right into a skill challenge for anybody familiar with how a lot of DMs these days handle resurrections. Pretty dang similar. Parker can help with that part because he is the anchor. So he will give you all advantage on your checks, but the ultimate roll will come down to you guys. Yes, because Parker wants him to come
Milo's
back.
playing the organ in the corner.
Yes. So, CJ, you're up first. There's a spell on your staff that you will need to use, and it has a component. It is the heart of a werewolf.
Cool. Okay. So do I just roll or like?
So what we're going to do is Aldemir's going to lay out the heart of the werewolf in front of this Ivysaur that has blood mist shooting out of its back. And as Aldemir kind of places it down, he snaps his fingers and a little bit of flame ignites. When you are ready. And he begins to like lower the flame towards the heart.
Okay. I'll do the thing.
Okay, so all you're going to do is you're just going to roll 2 d20s. And you're going to take the higher roll.
Come on, buddy.
Oh, it's bigger.
That's what she said.
Under the table with the hands like, oh no. Wow, dude.
Okay.
Wow.
He's talking about the dice.
Lighten
Sorry.
up this moment. 17 is the highest number.
17 is the highest. Okay.
Nice.
As Alnamir sparks his finger into a flame and begins to burn the heart of Ruhan, there's this horrible, acrid smell and this faint shrieking of a wolf. The sound of a wolf in pain, which as a dog lover I refuse to imitate or find. But as it kind of cries out in this horrible agony, you see in the smoke Ruhan's form shrieking towards the sky. And as it burns away, you slam your staff down. What is a color that CJ would associate with magic?
Orange.
Orange? Okay. An orange light and flame kind of pierces into this Ivysaur and it cries out in pain. But you realize it's sort of like a surgeon excising this parasitic flower from the back of the Ivysaur. And it's causing a great deal of agony, but it's working. So far. Phoebe. I need you to keep the patient stable. So we need a medicine check from you. You can have advantage on this one as well.
Woo! See if it's a natural 20, but that's 25.
Yeah, see if you can get a crit, but that's really good.
No.
Oh, yeah, let's keep that 25, shall we? All right. As CJ is nearing the other side, you're kind of watching this thin filament of spark just travel around the back of this Ivysaur. And as soon as those points connect, there's this brief flash, and you see the flower's roots kind of pull out of the back, and it's almost like veins being ripped out of this Ivysaur. But as the veins are pulled further and further back, the green of the Ivysaur's skin turns into a more human flesh color. And you begin to see the bone structures kind of cracking and snapping back into place as the flower is fully pulled away. This is where I'm going to have D assist Parker in getting that flower away from Gilbert, because this is the most important part of the ritual. You're almost there. You just need to make him survive.
Don't put that pressure on me.
You got this. You got this.
Parker's going to help you.
Okay.
Because you two know this kid.
Yeah.
Give me a roll, buddy.
So, can I choose which role?
Yeah.
And
Give
tell you
me
what
something
makes sense?
that you think would be helpful.
So, I'm thinking survival, to be able to kind of talk him down into being able to survive the excruciating amounts of pain that he's going through, maybe.
Sure.
And to kind of, because I mean, I assume that, you know, somebody that I've gone to school with and stuff like that,
Yeah.
who I've seen.
This is a kid like your age.
That
he's-
makes it 10 times worse for me.
Yeah.
Damn
He's
it.
a great kid. He was very, very quiet. Never really did too much. Always hung out with his older brother. Always really wanted to be a night owl.
Okay. You said advantage.
You have advantage.
24.
Okay, very good. As you see the last of those veins kind of pull from the back of this kid, he just collapses to the ground. And that's where Phoebe kind of jumps in and kind of starts to stabilize, help some of those wounds close over. And you realize these are magical wounds. So they're already covering back over. This is a curse. This is not so much an infection. But as you kind of flip him back onto his stomach so that everything can sort of peel away, you see the body of it's like a 15-year-old kid sort of coming back to you. You sort of cover him up, kind of hold him there. He's unconscious, but he's breathing, and you see that blood flower just as Alnamir is still holding the flame out of his finger. He'll motion to you. Snap. And a little ember will come out of the tip of your finger, and you're expecting flesh to burn away or to feel some degree of heat, but this is magical flame coming from you.
Oh boy.
Probably best to burn this. Better not to risk further infection. Care to do the honors?
Alrighty. I'll try to shoot it from my hand.
Awesome.
Onto the flower.
Yeah, a little puff just starts to ignite this corpse flower. And as it burns away, you hear breath return to Gilbert. Kind of opens his eyes very shakily, and the first couple sounds he makes are like croaks, like he's trying to bark. And then eventually he kind of Parker? Big hug. And Parker just looks at you, D, looks at CJ, looks at Phoebe, Milo, Bentley, Alnamir. Anything you ever need. Anything. And he's just rocking back and forth.
Good job, guys.
Good
Wow.
job, everybody.
Wow.
And I'll kind of look at Boyd and we'll be like, we'll give you guys. I'll just make my way out of the gym.
Okay.
Same.
Yeah.
We'll follow them out.
All right.
Let them have their moment.
Yeah. Yeah, CJ, having expended your first ever spell slot, you feel a little drained. You're a little pale, but it feels good. Feels real good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. There's a horrible bittersweet scent in the air as that corpse flower burns away. A mixture of like iron and honey. And you're like, ugh, ugh, knowing what it is and what it can do. As it finally burns away, there's a little... as this sort of extra planar curse is lifted.
Cool. I'll turn to Alnamir and be like, it's done.
It is done. Good job.
That was pretty cool.
Very nice,
You
man.
have saved a life.
I'll head out, follow everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Okay. As you all step outside, you just hear the eventual joyous and tearful laughter and screams from inside the gym as Parker is sort of reunited with his younger brother. Because that is a child that Parker thought he might have to put down someday. And now he doesn't have to. Yeah. That's real nasty. But
Yay.
So is Boyd also brothers with them, or it's Parker's younger brother?
it is Parker's younger brother.
Okay.
It's
Oh.
Boyd's right-hand man.
Oh, okay.
Like
Gotcha,
his,
gotcha,
his,
gotcha.
I got that wrong.
his like trusted lieutenant.
Okay.
And then that kid's younger brother.
How much older is Parker from us? Because I mean, he's dude.
Parker's
full
about
blown.
5 years older than you.
Is he?
He's in his
Okay.
early 20s.
Okay. As we kind of leave the gym, looking around, is there anything that's different about Greengate? Like, I don't know, like a lift in the air or like any signs of that blue made their way through here?
That's a fair point. I'll say if you guys were to kind of step out, there's a bit of a hubbub and bustle around the Pokemon Center. Everybody's kind of like crowding to get in, peeking through windows, trying to see something.
Okay. Great. I'll just kind of walk towards the back of the group.
Okay.
And just kind of like listen in on any conversations that are happening between that group that's at the center.
Okay. See if I can find a good. Probably not. Ooh. Okay. You hear like the intro to like the news. Like and there's like this long carry on. They're like they start talking about, because you're pretty far away from the TV, you're not catching every word, but they are discussing how Blue was carried into Greengate like 18 hours ago. Like maybe 2 hours after you let her out. Was carried in by an Urshifu, and is currently in critical condition at the Ambercrag Medical Center.
Ambercrag?
It's the most prominent hospital in the region.
Mm.
She was medevaced from Greengate.
So she got there in 18 hours?
Urshifu ran her from where you guys were to Greengate in 2 hours. Took you guys like 3 days to get there.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Make a perception check. I'm curious how much of this newscast you can catch.
Oh, boy.
Capture it all, D.
21.
21.
Let's go.
Yeah, you hear over the like murmurs of the crowd. They're like, Blue, the champion? She got what? Does that mean? What does that mean? You hear on the news report that the Urshifu refuses to leave her side. And that several doctors may have been injured before they were able to get Blue like on a surgical table.
Should go, damn. Then I'm just gonna turn and I'll meet back up with everybody.
Yeah.
Well, Blue's in Ambercrag.
What?
Yeah, apparently got there, what would have been 16 hours ago then?
Probably. Somewhere around there.
Critical condition. Yeah.
Wait, so like, she's in the hospital?
I mean, did you see her walking on 2 broken legs?
A fair point.
Yeah. She looked like hell, but like as if she's been through it and is it. So, yeah, I'll point over to the center and show everybody all the commotion going on.
Oh, that's what that is?
Yeah, there's a news broadcast going on about it, and everybody now knows about it.
Do you have a TV at your place?
I do, yeah, the only one would be in my room.
All right, and Bentley will make his way to Dee's house to try and catch whatever they're saying on this broadcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably going to be on like repeating on the news. This is big news.
Yeah.
This is generational stuff.
To not have to fight the crowds at the
Yeah.
Pokemon Center.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll unlock the house.
You turn on the TV.
Move the large antennas because Dad doesn't buy satellite.
And then you get the news broadcast like in pitch, and you're like, great. Yeah, it's on like every news station. Some of the reports are a bit conflicting, as news reports are wont to be. Some suggest that like the Urshifu may have tried to kill her. Everybody's being over dramatic. Some suggest that her leg was like completely torn off by wild beasts, and it's all over the board.
Well, if I could spell properly. So the real question is, what does this mean for us and for that and, you know, everything that's going on? Do we trust Blue to be close to your guys' family?
I mean, she's at your hospital, right, BB?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I mean, we could go there.
I mean, she definitely seemed angry, but I don't know that she had any kind of track of mind other than hunting down the Prime Mind.
Yeah.
I just don't want to get you there and then her being, you're
the one that showed up.
Whatever, you know, some sort of outlandish thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then-
If she was walking on 2 broken legs out of adrenaline, maybe being healed in a hospital bed will kind of...
Calm her nerves.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's possible.
Let her take a minute
Yeah.
after fighting
Yeah.
For
We're gonna do
for
something
50
weird.
years.
The camera pans away from the 5 tots and zooms in on Ambercrag Medical Center. And I don't need.
I was gonna say, I was like,
I don't need like the most dramatic. It's the Kraken again. It strikes again.
The surgery's still going.
Yeah, I need like a.
they're trying to save her.
I need like a something like this. This might work.
Beast rises.
I don't know how this will work. But yeah, the camera pans away from our lovely heroes for a bit, and it zooms back in to Ambercrag Medical Center, and it kind of passes through for Phoebe would be familiar halls. We see a number of sort of surgical wards, and finally we stop at a room that says Rye Kyrie, and it zooms in, and we see at the foot of the bed a patient chart for the same name, and there are 2 surgeons that are kind of discussing back and forth, but it's a bit muffled at the moment. There's a large cast covering one leg, and the other leg is sort of stunted, removed at the knee. There's an IV connected to one of the arms on this patient. And as the Ambercrag Medical Center staff are kind of toiling back and forth, we see the Urshifu sitting at the bedside, tapping one leg incessantly to the point that there is a dent in the tiled floor from where its foot has just been going up and down constantly. And before we leave, we see on the sort of nightstand next to it, along with a bouquet of flowers, we see a dark leather book with a palm on it. And in the center of that palm is an open green eye. It's a cat's eye. And it locks eyes before we come back to the tater tots.
With the Urshifu or like the camera?
With the camera.
Okay.
Locks out with the camera. I'm trying a cutscene. I'm trying it out. I don't know how it's going to work. But the tots have no way of knowing this. But the players can have
But
that.
we know.
Yes.
Fun.
Yeah.
Kyrie, right? Really?
Because, and the reason I wanted to
Yeah.
do that is because you asked if the energy in Greengate is different. The energy everywhere is different. Anybody who's even like not remotely versed in Arcana, you can feel like a palpable difference. It would be like if a second atmosphere was suddenly over the top of everywhere. The air is just a little bit thick. Not in an oppressive way, but just it's different, and your skin, like you get the little goosebumps all around. You just feel a little bit on edge. Everything feels charged.
But not like the on edge is like the wolves or like the skeleton creature kind of on edge.
Yeah, not as like you're watching a horror movie and you're a little bit nervous. More like you're near a like strong electrical generator.
Okay.
And your body's just sort of picking up on whatever's going on.
Would there be any noticeable difference with like any sort of magical items that we have, like her staff, his staff, trident, anything like that?
Not necessarily with the items, but you will all sort of notice now that you're safe away from super thick tree cover being in Greengate. If you were to look up at the sky, there are sort of ripples going through.
Ripples is in like
Aurora
Boris's
Borealis?
areola ripples, or
Without the beautiful coloration, yes.
so it's just like gray.
It's like you're looking at a mirage. You get that kind of shift in the air,
Okay.
but it's just passing through the sky at sort of uneven intervals.
And it's just everywhere you look.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Look like it's going in a particular direction or just kind of
Any which way.
anyone? Okay.
Is that anywhere on the news? Anybody talking about that?
No, no.
Okay.
Everybody seems to be abuzz with the news of the
Blue.
champion's return.
Yeah, okay.
Any mail or notes in my house?
Probably a couple like bills,
Okay.
things like that.
I just want to make. I just didn't know if anything got sent to my dad or anything.
Doesn't look like so far.
Okay.
But you guys were only gone for like a couple days.
Yeah, we like jumped around. So okay.
Yeah, the mail Pidgeys are fast, but they're still like,
Still Pidgeys.
yeah, still takes a couple days for new stuff to arrive. But yeah, there's like this thick, energetic ripple through the air.
So what's next on this apocalypse journey?
I don't really know. I'm gonna work with this staff. Get good at this stuff because
Dude, you
this
did
is
really good.
pretty cool.
You did good.
Yeah, that was neat.
Appreciate the help, man.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know. It's frustrating because it's like we're accomplishing things we set out to accomplish, but
Then more things happen.
yeah, and I don't really feel any safer from this moon invasion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when's that final clock gonna tick? Do you have a rough estimate?
About 48 days. Time's running out.
Yeah.
Tick tock, tick tock.
What are you thinking, Milo?
I don't know.
I feel like there's too many different directions that we can go. Not enough time. Cause what's this blue thing gonna do? Like what's up with her? And then how do we stop the moon thing? I don't know. I'm tired. I'm beat.
Yeah, it just seems like maybe our best bet still is to just keep trying to get stronger and then maybe try and recruit people to help us, but it seems like every time we try and do that, it kind of backfires, so I don't know.
Yup.
I'm really not worried so much about Blue. Seems like she's kind of gonna do her own thing, you know what I mean?
I'm more worried in the sense that she's close to home for you guys, and that she's just an unpredictable variable. Like, she can either be, super awesome and help us with this moon thing, or she could accelerate it and be the cause of it, or be just another thing there to have to deal with.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I didn't really get that from her. She just kind of seems angry and... I mean, who wouldn't be? She was locked away for... How many years was it? 10 more?
It was like double our lifetime, if not more,
I mean,
right?
it sounds terrible. Like, anybody who went through that
Checks out.
situation would not be themselves again. I mean... I don't know, but... We gotta figure something out. 'Cause even just fighting those... Dawn Brood, that was sketchy. I feel like Moon Touch is gonna be way worse, way more powerful than they were. Just don't know if we're ready.
Anybody else notice that weird feeling in the air around all the the weirdness in the sky? Everybody feel okay, or how do you feel about that?
Feel something. I don't know what it
That was
is.
good.
Can
but
I-
yeah, you definitely whatever you're
Feeling
saying.
something's better than
there's
nothing.
something going on.
Can I do like a survival check to see like how like my body actually feels about it? Like, does it feel imposing or threatening in any way, or it's just kind of like, okay, that's a 21.
It's hard to put an intention on a force of nature, but you feel it's hard to say other than you feel like you're walking through power. You just feel like it's all around you,
Okay.
and it's just
So
rippling.
it doesn't feel menacing, nor does it feel like
It's
comforting.
it's like the energy in the air before a massive storm, but there's no storm clouds.
Right.
There's no sign of where it should be coming from. But everybody seems to be feeling it and is just trying to rationalize it in their own minds.
Okay, so like
Kind of like you are right now. Trying to
Just-
figure out what it could be.
like we have like a headache from the weather change kind of deal, or
Almost. Yeah,
Okay.
there's no real pain associated with it, but your like lizard brain fight or flight instincts are firing on all cylinders, but they haven't told you which one you're doing.
okay. I imagine to Bentley it would feel kind of like a manifestation of what they've been feeling anyway with this moon-touched invasion coming, but it's kind of like
Potentially, yeah.
a tangible version of that, I guess.
Yeah.
At least that's how he's gonna internalize it. It's like it has something to do with that.
Yeah.
Maybe because an alternative where it means something different is not something he wants to think about.
Yeah,
Like we
no,
have
that's-
enough on our plate at this point. Hopefully this is not
Very
like
fair.
a different thing. Yeah, just I don't know. It's like the calm before the storm, you know what I mean?
That I do. That I do.
I feel it.
Down in your plums. Yeah.
Oh no.
I remember.
In all honesty, we've had a rough life, but mostly 2 days. I think we should probably just take some time to relax tonight and figure out maybe something in the morning. That way we're not jumping to conclusions or making any hasty or rash decisions. It's just my thought.
I agree, and I feel like if there's anything that like we individually want to need to do that we think could help,
Yeah.
might not be a bad idea to maybe just split up and kind of tackle our own things, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like CJ, I'm sure you want to get better with that staff, even though you kind of crushed it first try. That was very impressive.
Yeah.
You kind of
I'm a magician.
duck to water.
You know?
thing.
I got magic abilities in me, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing, so probably probably learn.
At least you're honest.
Should probably learn how to use this thing.
Good
But-
magic ability, but I'm
I don't know.
deeply lost. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I can make us some food. You guys probably won't like it, but I can make us some food here until the manor opens
Why
up.
do we let the people who are good at making food make the food?
It's not the fact that I'm not bad at making food. It's the things that I have to make here. Oh no, my dad has steaks in the freezer. So if you guys want to make steaks, you guys can.
Yeah, somewhere far away, Arjan is like, oh, consulted a culinary chef, a master.
You're a chef.
Since
No.
when?
He prepares his own
when?
meals.
I make cereal and salads. So,
Anyone could be a hardcore chef, even if you're just making cereal.
Yeah.
You're a hardcore
Anyone
chef.
can cook.
This is how I put Cheerios in a bowl.
Yeah.
Bentley will look to
Half
see
of
if
them
there's
bounce
any
off.
like
Yeah, no.
like calming teas in the
That seems like
Blackwater household.
that seems like Dee's jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably like in like an old box that like was my mom's like recipe like sort of like container,
Yeah.
but it's just like scattered teas.
just sitting at your kitchen table and having a nice warm glass of tea sounds like very comforting.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, I'll just kind of hang. I'll hang out until Manor opens.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bentley will just be sipping tea and kind of just thinking to himself, kind of zoning in and out, thinking about possibilities of what's on the horizon.
Yeah.
Cool, I'm gonna go outside.
Okay.
Be safe.
Outside you go.
I'm gonna call for Dez.
Okay. It takes a couple minutes, and then just. I didn't know you left.
There he
We were like walking in the woods, and then you just like, what is that? So I just floated around for a bit.
You did good.
You have to tell me when you leave places.
Look at this.
But I can't be invisible. I have to hide behind trees.
I
to
know.
Look at
It's
you.
fine.
Oh, you got a stick.
Yeah,
Nice.
it does magic stuffs.
Ah,
I can do cool magic stuffs.
doubt it.
I'm gonna like shoot fire out of it.
All right, never mind.
See?
That was pretty cool.
You can do cool magic stuffs.
Yeah.
It's pretty
You
sweet.
shoot a little like,
Yep.
a little puffed flame out of your hand,
Yep.
and he's like, "Okay, all right, I
Pretty
see. you.
sweet, right?
Real, recognizing real."
Pretty cool. Hey, so that mission that I sent you on,
Yeah.
did you see anything?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Not a thing?
Yeah. I didn't really know where to look.
I guess that's fair.
I
Right.
don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, I kind of just like look around, see if I see anything.
That's fine.
But-
You're pretty good at that.
Yeah, I'm real perceptive. Nothing gets by me.
The best.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna do like cool tricks with the stick, thinking
Okay.
I'm doing things, but I'm just being.
You wave it like this, and like the air pushes a leaf, and you're like, "Oh!" And Des is like, "Oh, you did a thing. You moved a stick, and a leaf moved."
I got abilities.
Those things are definitely related, 100%. So what else can you do? Can you like do something? Like you make like fire, but like
I'll go like this.
Yeah.
And then like make leaves fall through Dez.
oh, that feels weird,
yeah.
and also tickles.
I did it. I did
Yeah,
it.
you
I
did.
did the thing.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
That was you. You did that. You
We're-
made leaves fall.
We're getting good at this.
Yeah, that was neat, I guess. Yeah, no, it was cool. It was cool. I don't think anyone else could do that without like throwing a rock at a tree or something.
Nope, just me.
Yeah,
This whole conversation.
yeah, no, like, it was cool. Yeah,
That's
That was
it.
neat.
That's what we're doing outside.
yeah. All right, man, it feels weird out here.
Does it? You
Yeah,
feel
is that
weird
you?
too? No,
Yeah, is that you?
I'm
Making
not
like,
doing-
oh, you made leaves move and
No,
stuff.
we were just talking about that. We all feel like that.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I
it
think
feels weird.
everybody feels like that.
If I could smell, I would be like, smells funny, but I can't smell. I've got a nose. I don't breathe, so
Right.
Yeah.
It is weird.
I don't know.
I mean, does it smell weird?
No, it smells like Greengate. But Des has never smelled, so he just imagines everything smells.
Yeah, it does. You're right.
Oh, I knew it. Maybe I've got magic powers too.
Yeah, I mean,
I've
you
definitely got them.
you can go invisible, so that's a pretty cool power.
No, I can't. It's
Well,
not working.
Yeah, you're not very good at it.
It's not working anymore.
Yeah, you're good. You're
Why
good
would you bring that up? I'm very sensitive.
You
And he'll
are-
fly into the door.
You are.
But like, I forgot to phase.
you are my sensitive
And
boy.
he just passes through the door.
Forgot the phase.
All right. Well, if Dee's preparing dinner for everybody,
Yeah.
all right. You make a lovely home prepared meal, probably some steaks from Paps's freezer.
Mm-hmm. With his entire cabinet of A1 steak
Yeah.
sauce.
You just grab one bottle and there's 4,000 right behind,
Wow.
identical bottles.
It's a lot of
God.
A1.
What's the shelf life on A1? That's
Probably not forever,
Infinite.
but I would imagine forever.
Quite a while.
I think everybody buys one bottle of it and then never finishes it
in their
Just has it
lifetime.
forever.
because it's kind of okay. Sorry if you love A1.
Are you
it's
looking it
not
up,
for
Joel?
me. Yeah, find out.
2 years.
Oh, he'll be fine. Yeah, one bottle a day for 2 years. He'll
I
be
feel
fine.
like everybody
That
who's
will
ever
outlive
purchased
him.
that has had it for longer than 2 years.
Oh yeah, I think we've had one bottle in the fridge for 6. That's probably why it tastes like
I probably still taste
vinegar.
fine.
It's supposed to be refrigerated after opening, though. Which
But
Oh,
these
it's
aren't
in the
open.
fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If these
So
aren't
there you
open, then
go.
he puts it in the fridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one
if you put
shelf.
something in this fridge, that puts it in stasis, right? So like
Forever.
you can just
It
eat it
stops.
forever.
Yeah, like it like doesn't age ever.
It
Yeah.
turns colors and stuff, but
Other than
You
that, it's
still eat
fine.
it.
Yeah.
What's this?
The 2 grown men with children.
Anything you put in the fridge is safe forever.
Yeah.
They heard it here first. Okay. But yeah, CJ, eventually your tummy starts a grumbling, and you catch the scent of steaks.
Cereal.
Cereal.
Steak cereal.
Steak cereal. Steak
Milk steak, one
Steakamos.
might say.
And you're like,
Oh boy.
yeah.
Kelly's.
cut up pieces in an A1 broth.
Oh, something that's so much worse than putting it on a plate.
That's what D thinks people eat.
I'm like,
God,
this
it
is
sounds
what people that
awful.
eat a lot of meat like.
Just like
yeah,
steak.
just
Oh,
Not a chef.
I made you
Steak stew.
cereal.
called it.
I made a steak cereal.
cooked steak with just cold A1, and you're like cereal.
And then it just fits a steak in there.
Oh, that's a nightmare.
Steak cereal.
Garnished with Cheerios.
Oh, some of that's so much worse. Okay,
Stick
but
with my
if that's what D prepares, I imagine everybody goes hungry until
I'm
you go to the
assuming
manor.
somebody would
You're
stop
like,
me after the first ball.
Oh, I'm stuffed. Wow.
Please stop.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to handle? Conversations you want to have? Or the end of the night? Anything you want to look into?
No. Not for me.
Search within yourself to find yourself? And once you do, you'll find it. There it is.
That's for once I get
Bentley
into the
would
manor.
ask D if he has like leftover Haxorus steel, and like he would only need like a very small
Yeah.
amount because he wants to make a chain for a necklace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have 20 pounds of it. It's
Yeah, I
still in
think
the
you guys are
manor.
all
so
hauling around like various
wouldn't,
amounts of
I
steel.
wouldn't need 20 pounds.
I figured that I would just keep it within my little shop, like all
Yeah.
20 pounds, because I don't think nobody wants to
No,
haul
yeah,
around.
I would
even,
have just
Yeah.
left it in the manor so you could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys have been hauling around like 3 to 8 pounds of that individually, and I imagine as soon as you got to the manor the
Yeah.
first time you went,
Yeah. That stays here.
yeah,
That's why I do
where
all my
that lives.
tinkering there.
Yeah.
That's all I got on the docket is just asking for a necklace chain that you could make.
Yeah, because beyond that, the manor doors will fizzle open.
Let's
The
go.
familiar door of home. Olimir is happily eating steak cereal.
Somebody appreciates good culinary work. And I walk in the manor.
As he just goes.
It's not him.
So Bentley will grab Iris's ball and kind of like hold it up to D. Like, you want to make this official now? I don't really know how trades tangibly work. I've never done one really, with the exception of kind of just swapping on that boat with.
I think that's just how it works, because I just gave CJ cyanide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty much like if you guys both agree to do it, you just, the next time you're on the PC, you just go boop, boop, boop. Pew.
Okay, yeah.
It's quick enough.
And the tablet would act as that too?
Yeah,
one and two. Okay. Then I will, I'll input Iris's thing for Bentley.
Sure. Oh, I think I just...
You crashed everything? Oh no.
I did one too many soundtracks. One too many soundtracks.
I will remove Iris from my sheet.
Okay. Yeah, you guys make the official swap. Hunt Hill and Iris officially swap trainers.
First team trade.
I'm going to
bloom.
Yeah.
I think that, I don't know, with everything going on, I could do my best in a more defensive, like, assisting role. Like a med team. Like, when it comes to it. I have a few people that could kind of go out, like Nubster.
Yeah.
But I would like to focus on that.
Okay.
So, to start... For my team, and I'm going to invite anybody on your guys' squad or any of you that would like to come and have a CPR class. And then, like, teach everybody.
Okay.
And then we're going to do, like, fake drills, right? We're going to, like, take somebody away in a gurney.
Rose would be down for that, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. So anybody's invited.
Okay.
And we're just going to do, like, drills
CPR
like that. But
training?
start with CPR.
We love it.
And then build up from there.
Okay.
Sweet.
Start with a little CPR training.
Yeah. Revive a fallen person.
Okay.
Someone that's been hit.
You like imagine an individual in the end. They're like, "Oh, my heart! Help me do the CPR!" And they're like, "Go!"
Yeah. Or imagine like a dummy,
Okay.
like a human and then Pokemon, like different Pokemon. So we can, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's a lot of anatomy you got to be familiar with. To do CPR on like a Trapinch is very different from like a Garchomp.
I don't even know if I know how to do CPR on a Trapinch.
you just breathe. Okay.
Open its like jaw.
Yeah, open the side mouth and
Like, that's how you do it on a human. You walk up to the next dummy. Oh, boy.
it's just a scyther. And it's like, you're like, breathe. Do it on me.
Its heart is actually in its head. You failed.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? The Onyx, the heart could be in any of those segments.
Yeah,
we have no
exactly.
idea.
Who can say?
Okay. I love it. Take an inspiration die. I think that's lovely.
Okay.
Just denote somewhere that you have a D20 that you can use for advantage or give someone disadvantage. However you want to handle that. Because that sounds lovely.
Meanwhile, Bentley will go into his room.
Okay.
And he will clean off the Lycanroc fangs that he grabbed from the brood.
Okay.
And then he's going to just summon tools in the manor to whittle them into the stag antlers.
Oh, we're doing some scrimshaw.
Yeah, and then he's gonna attach the fangs to how big is the opal that he got from beating?
For winning the
Etiologen?
It's like yay big.
Wow.
Damn. It's like a ostrich egg of opal. That's why it's worth so much.
Good lord.
It's expensive.
Oh, that's why I just transferred it to money.
Yeah, you have the option to take the opal or like the monetary value of the opal.
Yeah.
But you have that opal that big.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I'm not gonna make you like find a bank and exchange an opal for money. It's just worth that much money if you
I
want.
thought you were saying that was the gym badge. I was like, that thing is huge.
No, that's
Nice.
that's the money.
If it's possible to just take like a little like bead off of it to be like the center of this necklace, and then attach the the staghorn fangs on the sides of it, that would be like the charm that he's gonna put on this necklace as like his new god to like defend him wherever he is.
Yeah. Very good. Okay. Yeah, that'll take you a couple hours.
Yeah.
It's a little bit tricky, but there's 4 million Pokemon and people in your manor that can help you do that.
Even if it comes out kind of jank, like it's Bentley's, he made it, so it doesn't really matter. But making it kind of look as close to those staghorns as possible.
Yeah. Let's get a dexterity check from you. Sleight of hand if you're good with it. Otherwise, just see how it comes out.
He ain't good at any of that. It's a 5.
A 5. It does come out like Bentley's first project, but you don't like
it's like
destroy anything.
Yeah,
but
it's like a 5-year-old made it.
The antlers, it's like Sokka's drawing. It's really rough, and you're like, why do you have horns? You're like, those are your hair loopies. But you're like, yeah, these are the stag horns. Like, that's a C.
Yeah.
But it's yours.
Yep.
You did it.
Fair. And then he'll just make sure that like the charm part of it is together, and then he'll either in the morning or some other time grab the necklace part from D.
Okay.
Fashion that for himself.
They'll just give you a pound of scrap to mess with.
A pound of metal.
It's easier to give him that.
Yeah.
Be like, I cut it.
So if I screw up 95 times.
Yes, you can still. It's still workable.
Still plenty.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that.
Leading question for Phoebes. Where did you perchance put the large scrying orb table?
That was in the
foyer.
That's just in
like,
the foyer.
Like the hallway.
You just left that in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Good to know.
No, I haven't decided what I want.
No, I'm gonna throw something at you.
Oh, okay.
It's the orb. You fool! You said it was in the foyer. Make a dex save. No, I guess. Yeah, when you walk in, the scrying orb is like glowing, orange.
Got a message. No.
And it's like swirling.
Okay.
There's like a cloud of smoke inside it.
Can I go look in it?
Yeah.
I'll look in it.
Okay. Yeah, it's.
Do I see my future?
How did I get this number? I haven't even used this before.
Hello.
We're here to talk about your car's extended warranty.
Yeah.
What?
I've really been trying to reach you. Extraplanar communication is very difficult.
Did you know that you could save on your electric bill by going solar?
You actually can. I haven't paid an electric bill in months.
Yeah. Your scrying orb is emitting like a ton of orange light. Like orange and like deep red, almost crimson.
Okay.
The surface inside is pockmarked and cratered. It looks like a celestial body that's just been hammered by meteor activity.
Okay.
But the longer you stare at this, the more clear the image becomes. You're seeing the exact point on the moon in which the light side meets the dark side. So that orange glow is like the permanent ring of twilight that would exist on the moon, being kind of tinged by the color of this orb. But as you stare at that, you see like wind whipping around. Almost as though there was like some incredible current at force. But you're smart enough to know there's no air in space. Definitely not on the moon. There's no wind to whip around. Or at least there shouldn't be.
Right.
But there is. And the longer you stare at it, the more you realize it's almost in time with like every 3 of your breaths, there's one of these big currents on the moon, and it's violent. You begin to realize something is breathing. And it's all of the sort of dust and sand present on the surface of the moon is pulled into a single point and then exhaled. And that is what those wind gusts are.
So this is just like when Phoebe sees the scrying orb, it just like forces her to see this?
It is just
Use me.
kind of playing on a loop.
Mm-hmm.
And it's worth noting for the first time, perhaps ever, since entering Wilhelm Manor, it's not a perfect seal to the outside. You still hear like birdsong from Greengate. You don't see like a crack or anything, but some part of what separates where you are from where you are
Yeah.
isn't perfect anymore.
Like that.
And you still feel that same electrically charged
I don't like
energy in here.
Oh, okay.
So whatever's going on,
It's shifted even the magical man.
it's everywhere. But that scrying orb, regardless of any interaction to it, is just showing potentially a source of incredible energy.
And prior, it was just like,
Prior, it was
black.
just like a dull, sort of like clear crystal orb.
Okay.
Just waiting, like,
Yeah, yeah.
use me your discretion. I'm here for you.
There's the card by it.
Yeah, a little card, please.
Yeah, but right now it is like glowing bright orange, and there's like a little wind current in time with the
With
with
in the manor?
that sort of like breathing feel, but just around the orb.
what the heck?
It's broken. Puts it in a box.
And then the box is like, I'm gonna tape it shut. You can't. It's too powerful.
This
But yeah, that's going on.
weird. Ansem! Did you touch? I forget it's always such a process for it to come out.
What?
Did you touch this?
No.
Sure about that?
Yes. Why would I touch it?
I don't like the look on your face.
I would never. I would never touch your things. I have my own things.
That's fair. All right. Do you feel this shift?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I feel ready to roll.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I've just been like working. I figured it was me.
It's
been,
something
like-
you did.
Well, I've got the generator running in there, but I
Yeah,
Yeah.
the CJ
thought it was all this
style energy.
radiation I'm pumping into
yeah.
myself.
Oh, it's definitely also
Here come the
that.
powers.
I'm just pumping my veins full of gamma juice, man.
Nocturnal
I can turn
energy,
invisible,
radiation,
watch
and
this.
this thing that's going on.
Okay. Well,
No, I didn't touch it.
yeah.
I spent most of my time in here. But it does
Figured.
feel weird.
Yeah. Did you hear about Blue?
No, what about her?
She's back.
Oh, good for her.
All right.
That's
Good
neat.
chat, Ansem.
Yeah, I never really paid attention to politics and stuff, so cool.
Yeah.
Good for her. Is it like
Alright.
the same one, or is it like
I'm
the
guessing,
next
yeah.
one?
Oh.
Not-
No, the same one, I think.
Oh, alright, cool. Good for her. Glad she's back, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Great. Alright.
good chat.
Do you need anything else, or are you just
No,
like
no, I
accusing me of looking at your stuff?
Touching, Ansem. Touching.
Well, I haven't.
All right.
Very rude.
I wouldn't want to knock it over. If I broke your glass sphere, I'd feel bad. I don't know how to
Appreciate
make that,
it.
so.
All right.
Alright, see you later, bye.
Bye.
He's just locking himself in this mega lab at all times.
Yeah.
He doesn't want you to kick him out. He wants to stay in there.
So he thinks all his
Forever.
locks will
I
prevent that.
can't blame him.
Yeah, he's like, everyone I've ever known has been removed from their homes or killed.
That's
My entire
fair.
home is gone. You showed me a magical mana that makes anything I want.
Yeah.
Please,
For tinkering
Everything
purposes.
now exists to this man.
whatever it
He's
takes,
never
I'm
going
staying.
to leave.
Yeah. But you do see there's like a little doggy door for Miles.
That's cute.
That's
I
got
like
just as
that.
many latches.
As Miles is like, ah.
It's like a double claw lock.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's what's going on with your scrying orb. Even still,
super
like,
bizarre.
even if you like walk away, it's still just.
I'm gonna hold up a piece of paper.
Yeah, there's a breeze.
It just
It's like the telekinesis tests that they used to do, and they're like, I can move a phone book page, and the guy's like, cool. If I put this tissue paper here, can you still do it? And they're like, oh, the tissue's interrupting my psionic energy, but it's not because it's still moving.
And if when I
Terrible
look into
example,
it,
really.
it's not as if like the perspective changes.
No,
Like,
you are
as I,
focused on
like-
a singular point.
Yeah.
But if you move,
Yeah.
you're still seeing that thing, but from
It's another
That
angle.
angle. Okay.
so like you could go far enough around that it's not there. But like you still see the wind
Right.
flowing back and forth. You're not getting like a full globule view of the
the
moon.
moon.
Globule.
Yes.
Globule.
But if you go far enough, it's just darkness.
Okay.
Because the dark side of the moon, and if you go far enough over, it's bright.
Okay.
But that perfect midpoint, you can see this.
And it's sucking all this air like in the manor, right? It's not happening just in the orb.
Yeah,
you can,
it
like,
is.
you
You can
okay.
feel it if you're
You
nearby.
can feel it, yeah.
Like
Coming
the
in the air
moon is
tonight.
breathing.
Or something on it.
Fun.
That's not good.
Well, with that being said, I'm going to my room and preparing for the apocalypse. Yeah.
Bentley, as he's working on his necklace, will send out Iris and Apophis just to kind of hang together. But then after he's kind of got his necklace all figured out and around his neck, he will have like a little powwow with Iris and basically just regale her about meeting Xavier.
Yeah.
And how Xavier had a Mischievous and kind of like their linked abilities, warg abilities.
Yeah. Give me an
And
intelligence save.
an intelligence save
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
from Bentley.
From Bentley.
Have fun. No, I'm just kidding.
Get got.
That is a 22.
22. Okay. You are able to, for better or worse, and you can choose to fail if you want, you are able to fend off Iris's innate ability to just read you like a book. As she kind of locks eyes for the first time, recognizing that a shift has happened, she is attempting to better communicate with you. Because right now she speaks very logically.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is in the form of, it would be a device instead of a Pokeball. It's a being instead of a person. So she's attempting to get a read on your communication style. And you get a feeling for that, but your initial reaction is like, no. But you can choose to fail if you want, but...
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have anything to hide from her. I'm being genuine and, like, I want her to be a trusted partner. So, like, I wouldn't, like, hold back or make her think that I'm holding back.
Okay.
Like, there's nothing I'm hiding. It's, like, just a genuine conversation and something that, like...
Sure.
Maybe down the line, the two of us could be understudies of Xavier to try and learn how he does that.
Yeah, if you let her in, she's like, I believe we already can.
Really?
It should be possible for both of us, yes. I do believe.
Okay, why don't you fly out to the end of the mini ocean, and I'll meditate here and try and see if I can see what you see, I guess. I think that's how it works.
Sure.
And Bentley will just, like, sit down, crisscross applesauce on his floor and just, like, try and, like, really, really focus, but he doesn't really know.
Yeah, give me a concentration check. Just gotta roll a d20. You can add your con modifier. You just need to beat a 10.
Natural one.
Natural 1!
Oh,
Yep.
buddy.
Okay, you close your eyes and you're like, open the third eye within. I am Iris. I am ready.
Yep.
And after like 10 minutes, Iris flies back. I don't think it'll work, boss.
No, we might need a teacher for this. I don't really know what I'm doing.
Or maybe just like some practice. Maybe a good night's sleep. You're tired.
Fair enough.
It's been a busy day. Busy couple days.
Yeah, for
You're
sure.
exhausted. You should sleep.
Okay. And I'll slowly kind of make my way over to bed to zonk out.
All right.
Have dreams about.
Oh, we'll get to those. Don't worry about that.
Oh, okay.
As Bentley falls asleep. Phoebes, do you tell anyone about the scrying orb? Or are you just kind of enjoying that little morsel on your own? Dealer's choice.
Is there anybody like out?
Anybody that goes in the
foyer?
foyer will see it.
Oh.
But
well.
are you like, guys, or just Ansem?
Just accuse Ansem.
Do you get anybody else? Or are you like,
fucking with my
Ansem
stuff.
touched the orb, and now it's orange, and there's an eyeball.
Look what he did.
I'm scared. Your call either
No,
way.
I will, because, I mean, if everyone can see it.
Yeah.
Also, no more secrets.
No more secrets, guys. The orb!
Just cover it.
It's fine. It does that.
It's
it does that. It
vibrating.
means it's used. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll call out. I'll just be like, hey, guys. And anyone that hears,
Yeah.
if not.
The mystical sort of barrier of the manor that usually keeps all of your rooms like soundproof fully temperate, is thin. You guys can hear each other.
That's weird.
Yeah.
What's going on,
Like you hear
yo?
the sounds of like heavy machines coming from Ansem's vault.
Sucks.
Yeah, like drills going and all kinds of stuff.
I'll just poke my head out, like open the door a little bit and just poke my head out.
The orb is doing something.
Yeah, Phoebe's like underlit by the orange light. She looks very ominous.
Did you finally use it?
No, it was
Oh.
just doing this.
It's
Do you
Did
wanna
you use the
see?
orb? No, it used
Doing
itself.
Come check it out.
What's it do?
Question, is anything broken, bleeding, or dying currently?
No.
Can it wait till the morning? For me,
Sure.
hey.
You just go back, I'm not doing this, whatever it is. Any ghosts, ghouls, or specters, please wait till the morning. I'm not doing this.
Not now.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
CJ, you come out with like a big bowl of like ice cream and spaghetti or something.
Mm-hmm. Ice cream spaghetti.
Yeah. That's what I'm picturing.
And you got
A
on
full-on
me on
elf
my steak cereal.
Syrup,
Is
like
that
syrup
spaghetti
noodles.
that's flavored like ice cream, or ice
It's-
cream that is the shape of noodles?
That's for Bentley to figure out.
Okay.
It's raw spaghetti noodles jabbed in like gelato sticks and the little things they put in the gelato.
And they get just wet enough that there's no crunch.
This is just a cursed
He
culinary
gets on,
episode.
and he gets on me for the steak
Just
cereal.
Yeah, well, yours is gross. Mine is good.
His is sweet, so you can eat around it. Anyways, yeah, you sort of take note of this.
Are you gonna use it now?
Oh, that's weird.
Well, what if this goes away?
I mean, we've seen it. It looks like it's just doing the same thing over and over.
But why would it just appear?
I don't know. That is weird.
It is.
Like
but
it's trying to say something.
yeah,
or
that's
show
what I'm saying.
something.
Like, listen or see it.
Let's
I am.
go to the moon. Why don't we go look at the moon or something?
Yeah, but it has to be like a specific time.
Okay, the moon.
Maybe it's picking
2
a
weeks
time
ago.
to show you right now.
What time would that be? How do you,
Right
do you know
now.
what
What
time
that
is?
is?
No,
Yeah.
that's why you have to use it to find out.
The time is right now.
Right? Am I correct?
Come.
For like, I have to pick a time period to like
Yeah.
look at.
You
like,
have
a
to you
place.
pick a place and a time. The more familiar you are, the lower the DC.
Okay.
There's a chance that it like fails, and then
Well,
you have to
I'm
wait
very
again.
familiar
Try.
with the moon.
Right, so just be like the moon.
I've been there
that
many times
2 weeks
before.
ago.
That.
Yeah.
Just do that.
The inspiration die.
No, like that place and time. I'm pointing to the orb.
Yeah, whatever that is.
But I don't know what that is. It's just the moon.
Well, like
Well, think
you're
that.
looking at it, like picture that, like go there at that time.
I want to see more of that.
Yes.
More of this time.
It's just interdimensional cable.
Bentley's just asleep in his room. By the way. He's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
out there
yeah.
to hear this.
I mean, I could try. I guess. Why not? More. In my mind, more of that.
That I'll have that.
More of that, please.
I'll have that, please.
More of that.
Okay, so you are choosing to scry on the
This moment.
this may be a dangerous word to say on YouTube for the moment, but I'm gonna do it anyway
What?
because this is exactly what it is. The corona zone of the moon, where sunlight
Yeah.
meets darkness. That strip of land. Okay, so you're going to scry on
Yeah.
the space on the moon where light meets darkness.
Yes.
Just right now.
The midpoint of the
Yeah.
moon.
Okay. Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Maybe that's how we can figure stuff out. Maybe we just keep looking at the moon until we find like where that
The answer.
moon evil started. The moon a month ago.
The moon breath.
2 years ago.
15.
Billion
Perfect.
years ago.
That is exactly what you needed. Any lower and you would have failed for the day.
Wow.
As you know, it is not particularly easy to scry on a place at the current time. It is much easier for this orb to look back in history at specific points.
That
But
day.
you managed to get
We
the
wanna see it?
DC.
Yes, sir.
So
What-
as
wait,
you,
So the scrying orb is,
it is
to her knowledge, showing present.
it is closer to like the Ponzi in typical action, but right now,
But right now it is
the
showing
orb is showing you right now.
what we
Because
okay.
as you
See, that's-
place your hands
that's good
upon this orb,
knowledge.
Yes.
Phoebe's eyes kind of like roll back in her head and
boy.
begin to glow, and your pupils flick back down in the shape of an hourglass.
Oh boy.
As you sit there and just kind of study this moment, as you're staring through, it kind of projects up in the space above. And no matter which angle you're viewing it from, it is a rectangle facing directly at your eyes if you're watching. and you all can see and hear very, very slow and guttural breathing.
From within the moon.
From within the moon. In time with that whipping wind. And in the time of your viewing, a crack forms. Not particularly large, maybe a few feet. But in time with those breathing.
It's an egg, it's not made of cheese.
Maybe 10, 15 feet across, but very deep. Little fissure.
When she does this, is she the only one seeing this, or are we all seeing
It is
this?
projecting.
Projected.
Yeah, it is being projected to anybody watching.
This is where I was, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you, anybody that wanted to be there, you could be there.
No, I mean when I jumped into the clown.
The celestial body, yes. The location, absolutely not.
Okay.
No, you were on the dark side of the moon.
Okay.
With
So is
all of the
that
peaks.
crack happening right at that transition
Yeah,
space?
right at that transition space.
Okay.
But the longer you stare, the larger that crack gets. And it just continues to spread. And unless you stop after about 10 minutes, your eyes kind of, and the hourglass kind of fades, and the whole orb just goes and
And
reverts
it's back to normal.
reverts to the same
Oh.
orange glow,
Oh,
but now
same
there's a
orange.
crack.
There's a
Still
crack
on
on
the
the
surface.
on.
Not on the orb, but
Okay.
on the surface.
I don't like that it cracked.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't seem good. And right, like down the line.
And then before I forget, go ahead and roll a d6 and add 1.
3.
All right, in 4 days, the scrying orb will regain a charge.
Okay.
Can be used again.
So, bad? Do we feel this is bad?
Probably. It's the moon.
I mean, is it gonna crack in half and then like
Something comes out.
something comes out?
That would be my
Or
guess.
is it just like there's a battle going on up there? We just can't see like the battle and like the moon is fighting itself? I don't know what's going on.
All of that could be true.
That was weird. Also, when I was up there, there were like wings, like star wings, and I didn't see any of that in there.
Any
So-
breathing moon. But you weren't on that spot.
Yeah, it was like dark,
Oh, so you were on the dark side of it?
probably, because it didn't look like that.
Wonder... Is there maybe like a balance thing? Like there's something on the light side?
Maybe. I don't know.
But why is it breathing?
The sun is over there. Maybe the sun. I have no idea.
I don't know either.
I don't know how moon stuff works. I know it has something to do with water.
Crash is a water.
I don't.
He is a water.
He
I
is
don't
a
mean
water.
like
It's a water thing.
like water that's on the planet.
You don't mean water that's on
No,
the
I
planet?
I mean water that's on the planet. I don't mean like Crash is water.
No, I know that. I was just saying that.
You were just reminding me that my best friend is a water type
Yeah,
Pokemon.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Just
So
for
you know.
information.
I
to have.
understand. I understand.
So we're all on the same
That's
page.
good.
You know.
That's good to know.
Good.
I don't know. I feel lost.
I'm with you, and I'm gonna pull out my cool new daggers and start doing dagger tricks.
Dagger
because
tricks.
I don't know what else to do, and I haven't used them yet.
Yeah.
All right. Good night.
You're going to sleep?
Yep.
You never, I don't know, meditated about a cracking moon before?
No.
All right. Night.
Good night.
talk.
Oh, hey! Before you go to sleep, have you seen Alnamir?
He's in the manor somewhere.
Okay.
He is?
He's just in the corner.
I don't think he's hanging out in Dee's house.
I'll just look
I
around.
don't know. He always does his own thing. So.
Yeah, he's got a scent to him.
Oh.
Of A1
He's
cereal.
filthy. He just smells like earth and dirt and mud and
And now a
bit of blood.
All right, I'll go find him.
Yeah, he's currently out in the sort of greenhouse area, just soaking in the pool, because he is very, very bloodied. He is not looking good.
Hey,
Hello.
I got a question. Where's your staff go when you turn into the leopard?
It stays with me.
Like on you?
Yes.
Like it becomes part of your body?
Yes.
So like
It folds with you. Everything that I am carrying.
but only when you transform.
Yes.
Could I make the staff like go into my body
No.
just whenever?
No, it is best to pretend you need a walking stick.
Right. So the turning into animals thing.
Yes.
How do you do that?
You will need to let your staff recharge, it is likely.
Okay. Am I gonna do a better job of that because I have the staff now and I'm like a magic boy?
Of like turning into a creature?
Yeah.
Not particularly.
Okay.
The first time is always rough.
Okay.
There is still a chance you will not come back.
Okay. But it's not like a very good chance, right?
Depends on the person. My honest recommendation is not to try. But you are an independent spirit.
Not to try because you think I won't be able to do it.
I would not recommend anyone to try this. It is much more a curse than a gift.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
You might not come back.
Well, yeah, but if you do, like, isn't it like a good thing?
The power is intoxicating, yes. But you have seen just today what can happen.
True. That flower thing. Gross. Alright, well.
Before you attempt this, there's something I must say to you. You attempted to strike the Mutahadith Kathir.
What are you talking about?
If you are to assume this shape, you are on your own coming back. My duty is to him, not to you.
Right, but you were the one that was like, if you want to do it, I can help you.
That was before you attempted to strike him. Arguments are one thing. A discussion is one thing.
Yeah, well,
You attempted to bring him to the ground.
Yeah, but I only did that because he wasn't talking to me or listening to me anymore. He just kept doing the thing that we were all like, hey, let's not do that.
My loyalty is to him.
I understand that.
If he were to hold you down and slit your throat, I would watch. If it was his wish.
All right. You made that clear. I understand.
I have kept you alive as a courtesy to him. If he were to change his mind, I think you should know where your loyalties lie before you walk the path of a beast. They may not want you back if you become violent. That is all I have to say to you. You may go.
What if I wanted to stay?
He just turns his back to you in the water.
All right, I'll go. But it's because I want to go.
I'm leaving now, but because I want to, not because you told me to.
told me to.
I do what I want, okay? That's what I do.
And I'll pull out my daggers. Imagine there's like a hook on my back for my staff.
Yeah. You're like, and then you're
Just
gonna
hook
walk
that
out of the
up
manor
and
and it's gonna go clink, 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 and then shoot off like a lightning bolt, blow up a tree.
Totally forgot about that.
Expend the last charge, blow up.
Your
It's
new
gonna be-
goal is to become all of the Ninja Turtles.
How sick would that be?
Yeah.
You already got the
Size?
Yeah.
size. Got those, and then you got
Got some daggers.
a big,
You
how
got
are
a-
ya?
you got a staff.
What about the rat?
I have
Everybody
like a
knows
machete
everybody's
like
favorite
that.
Ninja
Master
Turtle who had a
Splinter?
gun.
What does he do?
Yeah, well,
Kung teaches.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's the master
Splinter's
of
a
all.
rat.
Splinter does
I
this.
don't know Ninja Turtles.
He's their master.
He does that.
He's got rat-like abilities, and also he's a master of kung fu.
Yeah.
He's the greatest.
Tia. Come on.
Yeah.
All of the martial arts.
Very good.
So he taught them their skills.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
After they drank
He's their dad and master.
Yes.
Oh.
All of that to say. Anybody else have any last-minute things before y'all fall to sleeping?
See, I don't know if you do. If you want to go first, you're good. Okay. I have two things.
Yeah.
First one, after Phoebe's like, "Hey, Orb's acting weird." Nope, I'm good. Not tonight. I'll. Excuse me. I'll take Wave, assuming it's still
Very heavy.
I'm gonna struggle, and I'm gonna imagine like the 2 prongs that stick out of the wall to like hang it.
Okay.
But closer to me because it's heavy.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll hang it up and I'll take a couple steps back away from it, and I'll get into a he'd be in a crisscross, I guess, position.
Okay.
And I'll kind of just stare at it for a second, and I'm gonna talk to an object.
Okay.
And I'll just be like, think I know why you're acting like this, and kind of like looking at it, but like talking out, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I messed up. And a friend of mine saved me from probably an eternal struggle between myself that in the moment I was upset, but realized it's probably a good thing and something that I need to work on. I'm not my dad as much as I want to try to be as big and strong as him, but I'm not. I can be better. And I know it's going to take time for you to accept me back, but I'm willing to wait. All right. I'll kind of get up from there, and I'm going to make my way down into my lab area.
Yeah. As you turn to leave, you bump into somebody. It's a tall guy, probably about 6 and change feet tall. Very dark, kind of tanned skin. Massive mop of like golden hair covered in sea life. Big barnacled coat. Massive meaty hand just catches you in the chest.
Hello.
Your Wave's keeper.
Look back at yeah.
'Cause you're skinny.
The genetics thing. I can't help it.
You carry the Blackwater name then?
Yes. Pause. Who are you? Why? How did you get in here? First off, 'cause it should be locked down.
You carried us in. You've got a mean streak in you, haven't you? Made a mistake, overstepped,
Yeah.
and now nothing's acting right, is it?
No.
Huh. 'Cause you're not a Blackwater. And he shoves you in the chest. Oh. And you kind of fall back onto the sort of wooden floor of your room.
Mm-hmm.
And you're on the deck of the Red Prince. And he hauls you to your feet. Puts an arm very gruffly around your shoulder so that he can direct where your head is looking. And there's a like wicked thunderstorm overhead. It's crashing all around. The waves are 2-3 times the height of the masts of the ship. This thing's getting tossed like crazy. You hear various shouts. All the rigging, lads! She's alive tonight! Aye, she is. Seems she weeps for the late Captain Blackwater. Well, no need for tears. Long live Captain Blackwater! Long live the Red Prince! And you see, standing at the helm of the Red Prince, a grizzled, old relative of yours. Not your dad, not even your grandfather, probably a couple generations back.
Huh.
Locking eyes with a war turtle, who still has blood on his little hands, who is hauling up a bunch of rigging and tying down all the things that they need to get through this storm. As Perseus Blackwater points your head towards that captain. You think you're a Blackwater, love? You're not.
Okay.
You belong to that little minnow thought he could swim with the greats. You think this ship is yours? You think it belongs to your family? You think my name is yours to take? It's not. Wave is mine. The prince is mine. You understand that, boy?
I mean, it's coming from you, but I don't know if I believe it.
Behold your great-great-grandfather. The spineless coward tossed to the sea. Burn his name into your brain, boy. Koresh O'Hara. Greatest coward ever sailed. Never forget where you came from. A line of cowards. Now be gone with you. And he throws you overboard. And there's a crash of lightning behind you as you see Perseus Blackwater tumbling beneath the waves, being surrounded by a massive spectral serpent that locks eyes to you but doesn't seem to notice as it just coils around him, dragging him to the depths. What's your constitution modifier?
Modifier?
Yeah.
+1.
+1? Okay. As you hit the water, you're in your room. Underwater. The entirety of your room is just flooded right now with seawater. If anybody were to still be in the foyer despite the lateness of the hour, they would see salt water just pouring through the cracks in your door into the foyer. You can hold your breath for a minute.
Yeah. Instinctually, I'm going to kind of like, I mean, I'd have his ball. So I would kind of like, I'd touch Huntail's ball.
Yeah.
And I just grab and I just look towards the door to have him help assist me to get out.
Yeah. The Huntail can help you, but give me a strength check.
For me?
Yeah. You are pulling
you got
against...
hold onto him, mate.
Yeah. Your door opens inward.
Yeah.
And is currently flooded.
Fun. Natural 20. With
All
a
right.
-1, 19.
Yeah. As you grip on the sort of like port key and you're like, come on. As Huntail wraps around your arm and just kind of flexes and swims as hard as he can, your door just bursts off the hinges as salt water just pours into the rest of the house. As you're just coughing up seawater. Just And on your right hand is a massive, like, octopus pockmark. Deep, deep red, very sore, and just pulsing with every heartbeat.
Can I do a medicine check on it to see, or like what it is, or like a survival or anything to see like where this could have come from? 'Cause I don't remember anything grabbing my hand.
Yeah, nothing grabbed your hand. But you could try.
Sure. I'll see if I'll do a medicine.
Yeah.
And I'll just see if this is like an actual physical thing or if this could be a magical thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. That went on a journey.
Yeah, it did.
19.
19. Yeah, this is not a physical wound. It does seem to be some sort of spiritual manifestation. But it is very prominent on the back of your hand.
So it's like he's seeing it, but it's not actually physically there?
Oh, it's like physically there, but there's no pain associated with it. There's not even like really irritation, but there is a pockmark on the back of your hand.
Okay.
I'll come out and
Yeah, you step in like 2 inches of salt water.
I will manner conjure a system of pipes and a pump to pump it out to the water.
Okay. You all hear like the dull hum of a saltwater pumping pipe system.
It's a experiment.
No.
Yeah, there's like fish around D. Like there's just, it's like part of the ocean just deposited on you.
Did your room ship sink?
I saw a man said he's Perseus Blackwater, that the wave is his, the Red Prince is his, and that my name's false, and that little mother. And D's gonna start to get up, and he's gonna walk into his room, and he's going to just rip Trident off the wave off the wall.
Yeah, give me a strength check.
Come on.
You can do it.
Oh,
Natural 1.
Natural 1!
0.
buddy.
Those words burn in your ear. God's you're skinny. Oh!
Yeah.
Would you like help with that?
No. And I'm gonna give it one more go.
Okay.
And I'll just leave it at that.
You got it. It's getting heavier.
Yeah. Dude, there's no way. That's another natural 1.
Yeah, it's even heavier, and the metal starts to like singe your skin.
Yeah, I just imagine a case over it, and I just kind of shove the wave into the wall.
Okay. Yeah, as you're pushing it away, you just hear. You're like. Yeah, your whole room is just like soaked. It's all full of seawater. It's real nasty.
Yeah, I guess he's gonna be pacing back and forth, and just kind of like trying to logically process everything and like what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
The man that I saw, have I ever seen any old family photos, any sort of picture, whatever it may be, of this O'Hara guy?
Give me a history check.
Fuck that. No, that'll be a 13.
13?
Yeah.
There is a strong familial resemblance on the paternal side. Looks an awful lot like your dad.
Mm-hmm.
But, give or take a few months of scurvy.
The person he saw.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's that Koresh O'Hara person.
Mm-hmm. The spelling for Koresh, by the way, is Cyrus.
Cyrus?
Yep.
Like Cyrus?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh.
And then O'Hara,
Goldie
like
boy.
O''Hara.
Yeah.
Do you need help scooping water out?
Everyone grab a bucket. My room is flooding out.
This is the least of my concerns right now. I saw somebody who looks like my dad, long distance relative. This dude kept calling him a coward, and that I don't hold the Blackwater name because I guess I don't know. I don't know. If you want to ask more questions, you're more than welcome to. I'm not trying to hide anything from you. Just processing a lot, and then I'm kind of like taking steps backwards, and I'm just gonna start walking down my steps until I'm kind of like out of eyesight, and then I'll just turn and quickly go into my tinkering stations. But I kind of just fumble words to you like the entire time. Like I look freaked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, if you need help cleaning this up, let me know. Otherwise, just sounds like a weird dream or something. I don't know, but I don't think anyone is tied to their past name. You're your own person.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. And D's going to take the armaments, those like the shield, the buckler shield.
Yeah.
And he's going to like take off the shields of one of them, and he is going to begin branding the bronze anchor into one gauntlet, but make it for both.
Okay.
And he's going to kind of just start. He's going to use like some of the steel scraps from the Haxorus to kind of manipulate it. One of them, they're going to kind of come out to like a point where they kind of like rest on his forearm with the anchor on front. And then underneath, it looks like that there's two clamps, one on each side.
Okay.
And then I'll make about somewhere between 5 and 10 foot long chain. And then one is going to be like an open chain to kind of connect to what I'm going to put on wave.
Okay, so you can get a little Kratos action going?
Yes, so I'm going to start working on that because I know I need to still get proficiency with smithing tools, so this is kind of like that trial and error.
It's good practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah. I don't know if you need me to roll for anything. Just let me know.
Give me we'll just do the blueprinting thing so far.
Okay.
So we'll call it an intelligence check. You can add your proficiencies and such. Make it be like your tools, but with intelligence.
Yeah, I'm going to not use Neek's help on this.
Okay.
He's gonna probably see me, and he's gonna kind of get the sense of like, this is my.
He was like on the top shelf of your room, like,
Yeah.
hey, you should wake up. hey, guy. You left your porthole window open, and you're dreaming of stormy seas, man. Hey.
Alright, so yeah. Where was this? That is going to be a 24.
24? Okay. Yeah, you drum up some beautiful schematics. So when the time comes, the DC for crafting your Kratos change will be much lower.
Yeah, I'm just gonna work through the night. I'm gonna skip on my long rest.
Okay. All right. We'll deal with that when we have to.
Yeah.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a pentagram. What is that? Okay, that's the 6. It's like new die. Who this?
Is it the one?
It's a D6, but I'm like, I rolled a pentagram. I don't know what that is. Is that the 5? No, it's the 6. Milo, is there anything else that you would like to do before sleep comes for you?
Nope.
Okay. As you lay your head down to sleep, the scent of salt water and the vision of an almost drowned D kind of sticking in your craw. You feel great with the energy pulsing around. And you know exactly what it's from. All of you could put it together if you think about it. You were near the fracturing of an incredible amount of energy. You were all very, very close to it. And you've all been near that stuff for a long time. So it's no surprise that you would all be feeling this more than the average person. When 20 segments of Source Stone are removed, things happen. But as you lay down to sleep, Mr. Rooter, you are awakened in your home to the sounds of an egg hatching. And the subtle chirping of a baby bird in a nest. Like that. Boof. Good job, Grover. Thanks, buddy. Grover's filling in for my soundboard. You hear the sort of light chirps, and in the soft morning light, you see the creepy pink flesh of a featherless bird. Its eyes are still shut from the harsh light of the sun. And in the distance, you see the flapping of wings and the silhouette of a bird kind of flying back towards your house. And then the pristine nature is sort of shattered by this high-pitched shriek that emanates from this hatchling.
Fun.
And as we pan down from the silhouette of that bird to this shrieking hatchling, you see instead of the sort of pink featherless bird baby, it looks more like a bat with these cosmic black wings, pockmarked as though they were full of stars. And as it begins to flap its newly formed wings, the world around you begins to sort of drain of color. And with each wing beat, 1,000 souls are torn from their flesh.
It's very effective.
Yeah. 5 figures stand ready outside your home to meet this creature. Their allies are fighting hard to buy them time. But these 5 hold the power of gods and haven't been corrupted yet. You see your friends, Bentley, CJ, Dee, and Phoebe, fighting with all of their might against the Lunarch. This large, draconic bat, roaring time and space apart, rending all reality. And as each of your friends fights to bind the beast in place, a spire of pure energy tethers the beast to its prison, forcing it back to sleep. But within each spire is a companion. In one you see Crash. In another Wadsworth. Nubster. Countless of these spires forming all around. Many you know, some you don't. Many of which you know personally. They're sleeping not far from you. And a phrase burns itself into your mind. For the world to survive, many must not. And as you awaken the following morning, which we'll get to later, your eyes are now a vibrant green. Your pupils, similarly to Phoebe's if anyone were to see you right now, are in the shape of an hourglass, where you have seen a vision. But only for a time. When Milo awakens, he will be acutely aware of the location, general demeanor, relative power, and personalities of each and every stone and its guardian. You will know their locations, the fastest route to get to them, how well they would handle the coming danger. And you'll know it as much as you know yourself. But you'll also know that the roads are going to be much more dangerous from here on out. As that vision reveals to you that the energy that you have all been feeling is in fact the sort of cocoon around your world that keeps Wilhelm Manor away from Greengate, that keeps Lord Ridgemont away, that keeps ghosts in the ethereal plane, the things that keep Helios bound to the Nine Hells. Those wards are breaking. They are breaking down. With each breath the Lunarch takes, preparing for its ascension. The roads will not be safe. It will not be safe to travel. And one word sticks with you above all else. Fortify. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6. CJ, as you finally fall asleep, we see a cemetery full of darkness and fog. The same trees you've been trekking through north of Greengate, the human shapes in the roots. Each one a pale imitation of life. And with each step you take, you are careful not to trip over these gnarled roots. As you know, nothing good comes from interacting with these trees. And you see a ring of tombstones with a hooded figure in the center. Figure is faced away from you, but the palms of each of their hands glow with a brilliant white flame. The same white flame that marks Desmond's back. What do you do?
I'm gonna walk up to it.
Okay. As you step through this sort of ring of tombstones, each one has a name. There are 4. The first one to catch your eye, Bentley, the Devil's right hand. Declan, the Wrathful Tempest. Phoebe, the Promised Divinity. Milo, the Prime Mind. A 5th headstone sits empty, and that's the one that the figure in front of you is staring at. I need CJ to roll initiative.
Oh, all right.
And I need the Prime Mind, the Promised Divinity, the Wrathful Tempest, and the Devil's Right Hand to do the same. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I bring you to...
The Main Street Electrical Parade?
Yes. But more accurately, it's a zombie fight club. As CJ, as you enter the center of these tombstones, the graves of your 4 pals, all just like burst forth as their zombified bodies just crawl out of the ground. Each one a shadow of a potential future version of themselves. One they turn their back on. Unbelievable. Come here, buddy. Anyways. As the Devil's Right Hand is the first one to crawl out, you see the sort of demonic winged form of Bentley Woods. Crawl out, sword in hand, book in the other. Crawl out large, just crimson rotted flesh. Jaw hanging loose.
Gross.
What would you like to do, Mr. Right Hand of the Devil?
Begone, demon.
Begone, fat.
That's all it took.
Go away.
He's gone.
I'm a man of God.
Bentley would like
That's it.
take the book
That's
all I
Yeah.
have to do.
and it'll just automatically like flap open to what he wants to be reading.
Perfect.
And he'll raise the sword in the air and do some kind of creepy guttural incantation that gives him like a fire skin.
Yeah.
Like protect him.
Yeah.
Hell.
From
Yeah,
the
Bentley
incoming
just lights on
battle.
fire. Yeah. He just immolates immediately.
me. Do it. Touch the fire.
Yeah. CJ, you're up next. The rest of your friends haven't quite clawed their way out of the earth, but they're in the process. You have 2 daggers in your hand.
What's the guy in the middle doing?
He's like kind of spinning to face you, and it's you.
That's me.
Yeah.
That I'm looking at, but I'm me.
In the palm of its right hand is the tombstone. This is you had you not given it up.
Cool.
Does it look like CJ or
Yeah.
it's like a okay.
It's like you, current day, if you still had this thing.
Cool.
Palms glowing white, and it matches the description that Dez gave you of the guy who branded him. The reason Dez can no longer enter the ethereal plane, the reason he can't be invisible, why he can't disguise himself.
Cool. I'm gonna try to kill myself.
Okay. Great.
Yep.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll for that.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna try to kill myself.
Not the evil one, just me. Just
Me. I'm just gonna stab myself in the face.
I'm not doing
with
this.
a dagger.
Yeah. You can make 2 attacks with your daggers.
Cool.
Because you have 2 of them.
All right. Well, I don't know. Is there any bonus? What's the
There's
bonus?
a ton of bonus.
What's
So
the bonus?
Your dexterity.
bonus dare.
It's your dexterity plus your proficiency bonus plus 3.
Okay.
These are magical daggers.
So 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So that's a dirty 20 then.
A dirty 20.
On
That
the first one.
Hey CJ, does that hit your armor class?
Yeah.
Yeah. You stab yourself.
Cool. I'm gonna do it again.
Okay. And then we'll deal some damage. But
That's higher.
okay, even better. Yeah, these daggers do a D4 plus your dexterity modifier.
Cool, man.
Plus 3.
A D4.
Yeah. They're daggers. They're not particularly fatal, but they do stuff.
They do
So
stab, though.
You said a D4 plus
Plus
my
3.
dex.
Plus
Okay.
3, so
Okay.
that's
Plus 3 plus your
seven,
dex.
5,
Be the
So-
12,
worst
So that's
to be
12
stabbed.
total.
right?
12 total?
Yeah.
Okay. You sure? Because you're going to add 3 on top of your dex. These
Right.
are magic daggers.
Yeah, it was a
No,
4.
no,
that's
so
six.
It's a 4.
It's 7.
3 for each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus your dex.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it?
Plus your dex, so
Plus your
an
dex.
additional 2 on top of that.
Additional 4.
So-
'cause it's
Yeah,
per
additional
hit.
4 because you're hitting twice. You're going to
Additional
add all your
4.
bonuses twice. I know you haven't used weapons in a while, but... So
So it's
each one is going to do a D4
16?
plus your dex plus 3. So what's your dex?
2.
2? So a
So
D4
it's
plus 5 on
5
each.
total.
Plus 5 total on each.
Okay.
Nice and
So
easy.
9 and then 7.
Okay. So you do 16 points of damage to
16.
yourself.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
As you
Too many
as you
people saying
as you
numbers
stab
on me.
yourself, you kind of like stab one into the shoulder, carve the blade down, dig another one into the gut, and kind of like carve up, and the CJ that you stabbed just starts bleeding like white light.
All right.
And it's almost like a toxic lava, almost just dripping onto the ground in front of you, and you just smile at yourself, at the pain.
All right.
As D drags himself out of the accursed cemetery grounds that he's buried in. He just emerges out, and he's just all fully rotted. There's like a rat hanging off his chin that was kind of devouring him.
Oh.
And there's a like ridiculously
Scabbers.
enhanced version of Wave in his hands. It's huge.
Okay.
It's like a great trident.
Don't use that.
As he says that, I slam it into the ground.
Son of a bitch.
And I will essentially cast the spell
Please.
Call Lightning.
Okay, CJ,
Nah,
make for me
bruh.
a dexterity save.
Fuck
You are a rogue. If you succeed, you take no damage. But lightning starts to crackle overhead.
Where'd that go?
Uh-oh.
The game thinks you rolled. Jumanji rules. How'd you do?
It's a 6. It's dexterity?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's an 8.
An 8. Oh boy. Yeah. Roll me like 2d8 damage.
Okay.
Bye.
It's only
Yeah,
2d8.
CJ freaking dies live on camera.
5.
It's gonna happen.
5?
Yeah.
That'll be
Okay.
the
Yeah, CJ, you take
title.
5 points of damage. As you're literally struck by lightning.
Okay.
episode title.
You just yeah, CJ freaking
dies.
dies.
Freaking dies on camera.
Live on
Freaking
stream.
dies
CJ
on
freaking
camera.
dies.
Emotional.
Yeah, emotional. I cried.
And then the rest of us, our heads just crying.
Yeah. Okay. The promised divinity is next to emerge from the ground as like angelic wings sprout from your back, but they're like rotted. They have like raven feathers, and one of them's barren. And like half of Phoebe's face is like porcelain white, and the other one is ebony. But it's still
Man.
Phoebe.
You're not as pretty as you used to be, but you're still pretty.
Melt him.
Why? Oh, don't kill me. Kill him.
What do you want to do?
I would like to. I'm gonna open my mouth
Yeah.
and just start shrieking,
Okay.
and then a bunch of locusts are just gonna come cover you and start
don't do
gnawing
that.
on you.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Take it back. Take it back.
Yeah. So the
it's
the
so
promised
creepy.
divinity has blessed you with a plague. So
Yeah.
go ahead and roll like 2d4 as locusts start to like gnaw at your flesh.
Oh my god.
What the hell?
Good luck.
I don't get to avoid the locusts.
No, they're just coming in. Phoebe doesn't have to make attack rolls. You take 4 points of necrotic damage as locusts like eat your face.
All right.
They start like chewing on you and ripping you apart.
You guys are doing good.
Yeah. The grave tender, you puts both hands on your face
Okay.
or tries to.
All right.
Does a 15 hit you?
You're not gonna get me. Melee damage? Can I use my shield? I don't have my shield. It does.
Okay. All right. That was a journey that you went on there.
I mean, unless you're gonna allow me to have the +3 because of my shield.
Sure.
Okay,
If
then
you
no,
have a
it
shield,
doesn't
use your
hit
thing.
me.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. You
An
block.
item you've apparated into your dream.
Yeah. You block.
He allowed it.
You block 10 points of radiant damage from burning your face.
Yay!
As you kind of like hold up a buckler shield and bounces back. You tell yourself, "That's new." As like this energy just bursts around you, as the prime mind just levitates up, completely like undisturbed. You're like one of those like Taoist monks that's like completely preserved from sheer force of will. Your whole body just like emerges in like prayer pose out of the ground, and you have 6 arms. You just.
All right.
Cool.
All right. All right. Right.
Can I try to immobilize him with fear?
Yeah. It will be a fear effect. So you do still have all your bonuses against fear.
What do you
But
do
if
to
you
scare
fail
the
your-
shit out of them?
Probably just like rise out of the earth. I
do
would
you
be
do?
scared enough for him to like emerge from the ground.
I
but
would be
yeah.
afraid of all of these things happening.
Yeah, the list like
Nope, not doing it.
so go ahead and make a wisdom save. You have advantage because
I show
it's
him
fear-based.
Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds on DVD.
Oh God.
You got to beat the prime mind's DC though. It's pretty high.
Okay. Well, it's not gonna do it. It's a 12.
12. Yeah, you're like oh god.
He's scary.
What's going on?
He's
So as
scary.
long as you can see the prime
He's
mind, you
scary.
have disadvantage on your attack rolls.
He's
and you can't get
scary.
closer to him.
He's scary.
But we don't have to worry about that right now because it's the devil's right hand, who's like fully on fire. There's like a literal demon in front of you with a flaming sword and a book.
cool, man. That's cool. That's cool.
Do I have horns?
If you want him, yeah.
All right.
Horns just emerge from Bentley's skull.
And
Hellboy.
Don't gore me.
Yeah, the Hellboy is going to
No.
put his thick skull down and try and do like a flare blitz attack as himself.
No, you don't have to do
Unique.
that.
All right.
That is a 13 on the die.
13 on the die plus some stuff. CJ, do you
Plus-
have a reaction back
Plus what
for
stuff?
the top of the round, so you could do your shield. But if
Yeah.
you do it now, you can't do it on anything else. Do you think you can take this hit
It's a 13 plus some stuff.
plus stuff?
Yeah.
You just gonna take it?
Bring it on.
All right, Bentley, roll me 2d6 fire damage
Okay.
as you like full on hoof charge him.
Yeah, just try to like
CJ, in this moment,
Launch
you're
him
like,
up
at
in the
least he
air."
didn't use the sword.
You got me.
6 damage.
All right, take 6 points of fire damage.
It's fine.
All right, CJ, it's your turn. You're afraid of the prime mind, and there's
So-
like so many things around you.
Yeah, that's perfect. So the prime mind's over there, so I'm gonna turn
Yeah.
around away from the prime mind.
Great.
And what? These two are probably the other way.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
I'm gonna try to cut up Bentley.
Okay. Give me some
He's
attack rolls.
closer to me.
Don't do it.
Good luck.
Oh God.
He's being
Ooh.
possessed. He can't touch the fire body. It's too hot.
The second one was good. The first one
It's a
was
nice
not.
demon voice.
Yeah. Hey, look out!
Just the last thing you expect. Hey, come on.
CJ, when you hit, you take 2 points fire damage.
Okay, cool. That's cool. Thanks. That's cool.
Because he's like fully on fire.
What a gentleman.
He's really like hot.
You burn
physically.
your fingers.
Well, he takes 8 damage.
8 points of damage to the devil's right hand. That's good.
Ow.
All right, yeah. As you stab the devil's right hand, he bleeds fire, and it like goes all over your hand and kind of starts to burn your skin away.
Ouch. Ouch. Stop fighting me, guys.
Ouch, kabibble.
Wrathful Tempest. You still have Call Lightning going.
This isn't
You
cool.
want to do it again?
I'm just gonna it's gonna be above.
Yeah.
Just constantly.
Okay.
And I'm going to then begin to start swinging the trident around, and it's
Okay.
gonna start creating like this whirlpool vortex, and to kind of almost simulate him drowning.
Okay. Yeah, the like
You guys
cemetery
suck.
dirt beneath your feet starts to turn into this like mud, and you start being kind of pulled down. But you try to hold your ground, but like bracing yourself on Bentley. But he's too like physically hot right now. He's burning your hands
I don't like it.
as you do it. But you're being like immobilized in place.
I don't like it.
The promised divinity. The locusts are still like eating at his face. If you think he deserves a new play.
Frogs. Send frogs.
Boils. You're ugly now.
The worst thing that
I
could
mean,
possibly
just
happen.
kill me.
That's
You
like
just have
30
boils
d6
on
If
you.
I'm
psychic
ugly,
damage.
just kill me.
I'm just going off this picture. I'm gonna rip off this necklace that I have, and I'm gonna throw it at you. It's gonna like expand and then just bind you in the water.
Great, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, yeah.
And
help,
start
help me drown.
squeezing.
Help me drown.
Yeah, CJ, what's your Constitution modifier?
+1.
+1. Okay, you can hold your breath for a minute.
Cool.
As you're kind of in this like quicksand mud, as Phoebe just like straps your arms to their sides and like just kind of holds your face down, so that you will eventually be underwater. The grave tender, aka you, see what you gave up, man, and just kind of holds a hand out to your forehead.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt a little bit.
That's gonna be a big boo boo.
He shoots you in the face for 9 radiant damage,
Okay.
Ow!
and it like burns and scars like half your face.
You're Harry Potter now.
And now I'm ugly.
It's a big boo boo.
So,
Now
like I said,
Like I
just
said, it's
kill me.
okay.
Working on
Now
it,
I
buddy.
give up.
Yeah. The Prime Mind. You've like terrified this kid.
Yeah. Can I heal the grave tender?
Yeah. You just focus for a moment, and the grave tender's wounds just heal over.
Cool.
That's not good.
It's cool.
That's rough. The devil's right hand.
Cool.
He just like stabbed you in the pectoral.
Ow.
What a rude guy.
Yeah, but you stabbed me first with
Yeah.
your.
Oh, you can try to
demon
save against
horns.
fear too, CJ. You can because you had a turn.
Okay.
Oh.
You can make a wisdom save.
I mean,
if
when
you
I'm
want.
not scared of
drowning,
you
that's what I try to
anymore.
do.
Huh?
I said when I'm drowning in water, that's what I try
Yeah.
to do. Shake
What?
the fear
To
off
determine.
the other thing.
Yeah,
12?
yeah, yeah.
12.
Okay, you're still afraid, but you have advantage, so you might not still be afraid.
Crit.
Okay, you're not afraid anymore. You're
afraid anymore.
you like break the kind of hold over your mind, and some part of that you kind of like stand up out of the quicksand and break the gold barriers that's been holding you down.
That's right.
As
That's
you're
right.
like, I'm not afraid.
I ain't afraid of any of you.
But now it's the devil's turn. So
yeah,
we'll
so
see.
would the devil's right hand be
Left-handed?
averse
No.
to
He is
water?
I mean potentially, but not enough to be threatened by it.
Okay. Interesting. So I'll put one. I'll like tuck the book under, like in my armpit.
Yeah.
Like safe keeping here.
Yeah.
And then hold his left hand, not his right hand, because he's being saucy with it,
Oh yeah.
into the like water cyclone that's around CJ, and try and just like make the water like scalding hot.
No. Oh yeah. Sure.
Just a
A nice boil.
scald. That's a 14 on the die.
Yeah. You make the quicksand
cool,
mud
man.
like super hot. But CJ, you're not afraid right now. You're like levitating just above.
scared.
At least for the moment. You're like, I'm above it all. Good luck. Continue to roll well, and you have a chance. But it's your turn.
It's a bunch of nonsense. I
Yeah.
ain't afraid.
Yeah. You've done like 8 or 9 points of damage to the devil. So good luck.
I'm alone.
It's just you.
I don't have.
And all of your friends.
I don't have my Pokemon with me, just my dead friend.
Just
Yeah. No, it's you and all your friends against you.
Cool. Can I? I'm gonna imagine that
You're thinking with portals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're dreaming a little bigger. You want a grenade launcher.
Dream a little bigger.
Well, that's essentially where I was going. I was
tank.
going to imagine that I was basically the top of like a light cage, and like from my feet, I'm gonna like float up and just send like a light cage down and try to trap everybody in a light cage.
Okay. You give me a roll that you think makes sense for that.
Light cage check.
And we'll talk about it.
Crit.
What do you like? What do you think would do that? It doesn't have to be like an actual roll, but like, what do you think you would do? What would CJ imagine?
CJ's trying to lucid dream is what he's getting at.
Basically, yeah.
So like, what role do you think that would be?
Probably like a mix of survival and like intimidation, because like I just conquered fear of my friend being the Prime Mind.
Sure.
And all of this stuff trying to kill me.
Okay.
So
give me an
I'm gonna
intimidation
send out
check.
what seems like would kill them, and it's just freaking light.
He's beginning to believe.
Yeah. Give me an intimidation check, and it's got to be like
In
really
light.
good.
He's Neo when he's being attacked by all the agents.
Nah.
Nah.
11
All right.
total.
You, your words lack conviction, and all of your like rotting friends just start to like chuckle at the attempt.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's not good.
Yeah. So you like drop a light cage, and Grave Tender you just snaps, and it's gone.
Cool, man.
And you're like, oh no! The Wrathful Tempest.
Is he actually like levitating?
Yeah, he's like actively hovering above, but probably not for much longer,
Yeah.
because he like stayed right over it.
Yeah, I guess I would moan out and just scream like down peasant, and I just lightning bolt.
You just lightning bolt him?
Yeah.
All right,
How dare you?
make a dexterity save, CJ.
Oh my.
Peasant.
If you fail, you're gonna get like completely murked with lightning.
Dick.
Ooh.
15 total.
Yeah, you dodge.
Oh!
You completely like dodge roll out of the way in the sky and like land away from the quicksand that's like on fire as a lightning bolt like carves through.
You probably would have gotten me if you didn't call me a peasant.
Maybe.
Yeah. Now you're like he's just mad.
Now who's the peasant?
Phoebe, the promised
Doesn't even
divinity.
make sense.
Yes.
What happens next to our humble hero?
I'm gonna pluck a feather from my wing,
Yeah.
get a bow, and
No, don't do that.
shoot you.
Just like shoot him with a great bow?
Yep.
Jeez, okay.
Shoot
Go
him
ahead and
with
roll a
back
d20.
feather. Shoot him with a back feather.
D20, you said?
Yep. Just like make an attack roll.
I thought she didn't have to.
We are the Eternals.
7.
If you want to like shoot him with something,
Oh.
you gotta do a thing. But if you're like, locusts, go. If you like plague him, you're an angel. Like, if you
Okay.
plague him, yeah. But if you try to shoot him, he could dodge.
Yeah, 7.
7? Okay.
On
Get
the
out
die.
of here.
On the die.
Yeah, Phoebe, no, not Phoebe. CJ, what's your armor class?
13.
13? Yeah, the arrow misses by 1.
What's up?
As the arrow shoots by you, it like, the feather on the back just kind of like cuts the side of your cheek, and you're like, and I thought we were friends. And Phoebe's like, so did I. The
Bugs.
Just mummy.
You said bugs.
Yeah, the grave tender just points at you. You should join us. It's not too late. And a bunch of zombie hands like reach out from the grave earth. They try to just pull you underground. They're going to make a dexterity save.
I don't think it's time.
I want to be a tree.
10.
Okay.
It might be
On a
10.
10, a bunch of zombie hands like just grab you and just start to pull you into the cemetery earth right under your headstone.
Ow!
Prime Mind.
How many hands do I have?
You have 6 hands.
I have 6 hands.
You have so many. Like if you want to go punch him, you have 6 hands.
Clarifying question. How many hands do I have?
Each hand is going to generate a psychic orb of sorts to shoot.
Okay. Oh no.
2 are going in.
Okay.
2 are going to go a little bit high at the Wrathful Tempest, and he knows what's up. And then
Fastball special.
Yep. And
Oh,
then the other 2 are going to stay in the 2 hands above and coalesce for next time.
Spirit bomb.
For, yeah.
I love it.
A little Kamehameha.
Fastball special, spirit bomb, Kamehameha. Let's get it.
Yes.
So the 2 that are going at him like right now, just make like 1 attack roll.
Okay.
You're just gonna add like a bunch. So
that's a 4.
a 4. Okay,
die,
it
yeah.
still manages to miss, rather improbably. Devin's dice. You're giving CJ a chance,
Thanks,
man.
man.
You're giving him a chance.
Appreciate it.
As these 2 psionic beams come at you, the zombie hands just like pull you below them. But you see like 2 more go way overhead. You're like, he missed on purpose. And then you see 2 more that are becoming like one giant one. And you're like, oh no, bro. The devil, specifically his right hand.
Yeah.
There's a boy being restrained by zombie hands in the earth.
So the devil's right hand is going to like morph into a centaur being.
Sure.
So he just has his flaming human sorta kinda body, but then like a horrible mule
It's
thing.
like the weirdest version of Equus.
Yeah, it's horrible. Just
Sure.
like big black hooves that are all on fire, and he's gonna go at CJ with his sword like a lance.
Awesome.
And
Yeah,
try
give me an attack roll with that sword.
Try to lance his
Don't do it.
base particles. It's an 8 on the die.
An 8 on the die. CJ, your armor class is 12?
13.
13. Okay. So that will hit exactly, unless CJ does something about it.
I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use my shield.
Okay. Yeah, you use your shield as the flaming sword that you've seen in person only a handful of times starts to like carve through the energy barrier and is kind of singeing your face as you like just barely fend them off, but you're still held down by like a bunch of zombies. And there's a big like centaur man above you, so we're gonna need some big swings from you. It's not looking good.
I'm gonna imagine that my body is made of saws, and I'm gonna start spinning real fast.
Okay.
I am a Beyblade. We've come full circle.
He saw through.
Yes.
He saw through. All right.
I'm a Beyblade, and I let it rip.
All right. So
This is
give
my
me
dream.
give me 6 attack rolls. The first one is on the zombie hands. You have to hit that one, or the rest of these aren't gonna happen.
Unbelievable.
Because they're like preventing you from spinning, even though you're like super sharp.
Come on! Ugh, it's a 6 on the die. I don't
Okay.
even know.
What's your like normal attack bonus? Not with your knives, but like
what?
proficiency plus your dex, or we
so
can say strength.
It'd be
if you want.
5. It'd be
5.
5.
Okay, so you get like higher than a 10.
Yeah.
Okay,
11.
yeah, you hit the zombie hands. You like cut them all off at the wrist.
Thank goodness.
So you get up. So now you can make
Switching.
the rest of your attacks. But if you hit the devil's right hand, you're gonna burn.
All right.
And other things might happen if you hit your other friends. But you gotta make your choice. You have 5 attacks to make. Because you're a Beyblade right now. You polymorph into a Beyblade.
Beyblade.
Beyblades.
I'm a Beyblade.
I'm a Beyblade.
Beyblades.
Beyblade's got a rip.
We avoid copyright
That
way.
one's a 17, so
Okay.
over 20.
That hits the devil.
That one's also a 6, so that's an 11.
Okay, that will miss the Wrathful Tempest.
That one's also a 17.
That'll hit the Promised Divinity.
And that one is a 4.
You miss yourself, and then roll for the Prime Mind.
9. And that is an 18.
Okay, you hit. Give me like 1d4 for everybody.
Okay.
Because you're a Beyblade, it doesn't hit like that hard. It's just a Beyblade. You are
It's like, ow.
You
Did
might
that
be
break
made
skin?
of
No,
saws.
but that hurt a little.
You
But,
like,
but I'm saws!
I have a
you
paper
like,
cut.
yeah,
but I'm
you,
made of saws!
You polymorph into like a clink, and
I-
you're
I
like
hit-
2 little
I hit-
gears.
I hit everybody, right?
Everybody but
Except for
D.
myself.
You hit yourself and D.
And D.
Yeah, so
Okay, so 3.
damage for everybody. Here you go.
Okay, so there's 2 4s and a 3.
So who's taking 3 damage and who's taking 4?
The last one was Joel, so that one will be the 3.
Okay, so Prime Mind, you get like the slightest cut on one of your feet, and you're like, ow. It's like stepping on a Lego for you. It's really not that big a deal.
I mean, it hurts.
But when you stab the devil, you take 3 points of damage back.
Of course I do.
Because he's still like wreathed in flames.
I'm too hot. I hate you, Devil Bentley.
Yeah. And
He's hot.
as you cut into the Promised Divinity, there's like the sound of cracking porcelain, and then like bright light starts to kind of pool out.
I'm sorry.
But the Wrathful Tempest, this
Sorry.
Beyblade just like completely missed you. Like a pull string came out of CJ, and he turned into like a little saw.
And you have a reaction to ping pong the
Yeah. So if
Psychic
you wanna,
works.
if you guys
I
wanna
have
like
an idea.
coordinate,
Go for it.
you have like 2 psionic beams coming at you. You you have to do something with them.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna like hit you in the face.
That's fine.
I'm just gonna cut him in half.
Which would be kind of funny.
I'll take
cut 'em
my trident and
Yeah.
knowing that this is coming, just have them hit the two side prongs on the fork.
Yeah.
And shove it up into the call lightning, and then it just comes down to him in
Okay.
a purple storm.
Yeah.
Rude.
Give me a. This would be a wisdom save, because you're dodging like a psionic storm now.
Rude.
Purple psychic lightning bolts are striking all around you.
Rude. Oh!
Defense. Defense.
The Prime Mind Milo and the like crazy zombie D, they vanish.
Wow.
Get out of here!
Wow.
As a like psionic storm comes rocketing towards you, you unknowingly like scream to the heavens and partially awaken from this like crazy dream that you're having. And two of these demonic renditions of your friends like vanish. They go away. But now it's the Promised Divinity's turn. This kid was like just a Beyblade a couple seconds ago.
That's true. And you broke skin.
You're shook. You're scared.
Yeah.
So
Go
according
away.
Can't
Not
attack.
yet.
you're scared. You're
Yeah.
scared
You're
of
too
a
confused.
Beyblade
Not
boy.
quite yet.
Yeah. You can do pretty much anything that you think an angel could do. You could probably accomplish in this moment. You could like show him your true form and have like 40 eyes on a bunch of golden rings, and he would just lose his mind.
That's gross.
Yeah.
I'm above that.
How about this?
Yeah.
Giant harp.
Okay.
And the notes are just gonna stab you. It hurts so bad in your ears.
Yeah. Roll like a D8 or something.
The music.
How many musical notes are on a scale? Yeah, D8. Roll a D8.
Yeah, there you
One
go.
for each one.
Yeah.
As the sound of music plays, roll,
Roll a
D8.
D8.
For each one.
Yeah, and like each note just kind of like strikes through, but some of them are gonna miss.
You're not gonna get me.
So 8 d8s?
Just one.
No.
Oh, just one.
A D8.
No.
My goal is not to kill him in like a second, but
2.
2. Yeah,
Ah,
CJ, you take
he lives.
you take 2 points of thunder damage as sound waves rock your ears. The grave tender looks like very sadly at the two graves that are now like refilled, and he's like, "We told you would kill your friends." And another beam comes out towards you.
No.
A beam.
He misses. His heart's not in it. He doesn't want to shoot you for 8 as the handprint like kind of shoots out and just carves into the ground in front of you. You're hanging on by a thread. The devil's right hand, though,
Don't do it.
is like a big centaur man who just tried to like stab you
Don't
in
do
the
it.
face.
Don't do it.
Yeah, he's gonna stab the flame sword into the ground, and he's gonna take the book and chuck the book at him.
Uh-oh.
What's that gonna do?
Okay. You throw
it could
It's a
bonk
book.
you and fall down.
It's
it could
a book.
It could trap you into pages.
Yeah, book toss.
could bleed on you.
Book toss is not really like
Book toss.
a spell.
16. These dice
But
are ridiculous, Devin.
I got
as
you,
as the open page kind of like slams into you, CJ, you're like pulled into the fleshy pages of this book.
No.
So now you gotta like get out of the book.
I am
That's
not flesh.
It's your turn.
I'm gonna turn myself into poison now.
You turn yourself into poison.
Just like acidic, terrible poison.
make a like Constitution-based attack roll.
So just add
You-
my Constitution modifier.
Yeah, but you have to like poison the book.
Dude, you were crazy.
Okay,
You are the master of your own dream.
You banish the book, and
Wow.
the devil's right hand starts to like melt into ash. This is purely a game of can CJ crit enough times before you kill him.
Apparently.
As he emerges from the book and the demon Bentley like falls apart. Another like sad cry from you, the grave tender you, is like, Bentley, so strong, so much potential. The Promised Divinity. He just like absolutely destroyed another one of your friends.
You have to pay for that one. I'm going to.
Do you take checks?
Yeah. I'm gonna charge you interest.
I pay for
Oh no.
For life.
I pay for
19%.
Okay, CJ, how much money do you have?
You
You die.
I have a lot of money. Does it matter?
You take a point of damage for every dollar you have.
Okay.
She charges you interest.
CJ proper is dead.
Anyways,
Many times over.
Promised Divinity. What do we do? You're an angel.
Yes.
This man just killed the devil.
Yep. It's true.
The devil's right hand. But you don't really care about that.
No.
He had it coming. Probably.
Who can say?
You're not that kind of angel.
Did have
Can
weird
I
goat
take
hooves.
the water that had been conjured, or I guess I could conjure my own water?
You're an angel. You can do whatever you want.
Okay. But it's going to be shaped like Crash, and it's going to come in and attack you for just a big
you're going to make Crash kill him?
That's not nice. That's really not nice.
Okay, roll damage for Aquafang on CJ.
Nah, Crash wouldn't do that.
As you like reach into the ground and pull like a zombified Crash out and send it towards CJ.
No.
So what?
No.
Just roll like
You wouldn't do
3d6 or something.
You
It's
wouldn't do
not
that.
because it's not real Crash.
You
but
wouldn't do
it's-
that.
Okay.
You wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but
He wouldn't
this
do
Crash
that.
would.
He wouldn't do that.
All your friends want
No,
to
he
kill you.
wouldn't do it.
All your friends want to kill you.
10.
10. You take 10 points of necrotic damage as
died.
zombie Crash bites you.
I lose.
That kills you?
Yeah.
Okay. CJ, you awaken the next morning, like completely sweaty, and the scar where Crash had originally bit you is like raw. It almost looks as though it just happened. As you kind of like spring to life. And the last thing that happens before we end for today is we're gonna look into Bentley's dream. Bentley, as you lay your head down to sleep tonight, your time with Helios was very short, very, very brief. But the tether that formed between you was very strong. In recent hours, it's been quite faint, but as those sort of wards between worlds get weaker and weaker, your connection to him is almost that of he who must not be named in Harry Potter, the boy who lived. Wherein, when one of you dreams, you get glimpses of what the other is up to. And as you put your head to the pillow, exhausted from the day's events, your senses are assaulted by the smell of medical supplies. The sting of iron burns your lungs. Very, very strong. The imagery and scent of just viscera, just flayed flesh, all around you. And you're in a hospital room, staring at a patient chart that reads Rai, Kyrie. As two surgeons discuss the condition of their patient. A large cast over one leg, the other has been removed. Condition. Stable, Dr. King. Excellent. I want to be informed as soon as she awakens. We need to know what she knows. Of course, Doctor. As that same book on that same nightstand catches you spying, Mr. Woods. Dr. King spins around and you see the golden orange irises of Helios. Garbed in a surgeon's uniform, all gloved, mostly covered. Tut tut, Bentley. Not now. As he forces your inadvertently scrying eye back into consciousness. As you all awaken to the sounds of Greengate in Wilhelm Manor. The pervasive feeling that something is off about your world. As off in the distance, far, far away, but impossible to know a source. The Nazgul-like shriek of something carries on the breeze. But it's coming from your scrying orb. It's coming from Ansem's room. It's coming from all around you. Everywhere. Every which place. It's coming from the ocean. From the realm of shadows. The ethereal plane. Everywhere. The world is tearing itself apart. In preparation for its new queen. And that's where we'll stop for today. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. With each of our heroes witnessing a vision of what has been or may still come to pass, they decide to divide and conquer in their search for allies and answers. If you enjoyed this episode of Boarding Party, please consider leaving a like on the video to show your support. If you'd like to see more of the Tots and stay up to date on the Laris region, why not subscribe to the channel? If you'd like to help us out in other ways, you can follow the links in this video's description box to our Patreon. From there, you You can join the discussions in our Discord server, or check out the post show, Still Rolling, and get a recap of every session with myself and the crew. Let us know in the comments below what you thought about everyone's dreams and what they might signify in the coming battles. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next week as D takes a closer look into his family history.